your commute in. Just douche chill inducing.
Yeah,
but
it certainly is.
But when we left on Wednesday, I just remembered just now, and I think this was the plan. Travis goes, I got another clip for the intro, because we've been talking about the fact that, to me, the only thing the intro's lacking is more clips.
More clips.
It's just more.
You want it to be longer.
I would just keep it going. Just add. No subtraction. No changing songs. Just add.
But Opie and Anthony, I mean, don't forget they did the Ecstasy of the Gold. We would have that play first. So it was like I think it was a 14-minute intro at one point.
I think you might have added in a "the" in there.
What?
Ecstasy of the Gold. It's just Ecstasy of Gold. Right? It's not Ecstasy of the Gold.
I don't know.
It's Ecstasy of Gold.
Yeah, it's Ecstasy of Gold.
Of the Gold.
Oh, did I say
Ecstasy of the Gold?
Ecstasy of Gold? Are you sure? Maybe you're right.
It's definitely Ecstasy of Gold.
I always thought it was Ecstasy of the Gold.
No way.
I could be wrong. I'm okay being wrong on this one. I will accept responsibility being wrong.
Okay. But
yeah, right there. Ecstasy of Gold.
So obnoxious. But on the way out on Wednesday, Travis was like, I'm gonna add to the intro. I'm gonna have something for you on Monday. And I was like, okay, just don't tell me and I won't even remember and blah blah blah. And I didn't remember. But Travis, did you realize when you put that in that you had left it quite long?
Yep.
But did you know that people would probably go, all right. All right.
Yeah, no, that's the fun. Because
that's the fun.
I tried it with just the last line where he says, like, I feel like I'm coming everywhere or something. And I'm like, nah, that's not good.
You wanted more Arnold.
Put the whole thing in.
Right, we need context.
Yeah.
We need context. Well, it certainly has context. If nothing else, it's got context. It really is a great clip, though. I'm so glad that came up.
It does have context, and it's. I didn't realize he said coming so many times.
He said
seen
over
the clip.
and over.
He did. He comes a lot.
He loves coming, Arnold.
That maid story is so fascinating to me that he fucked, because he was married to Maria Shriver and very attractive, Kennedy.
Yeah.
And he fucked the maid. It's like some guys like that who can get laid anywhere.
Just fucking a Kennedy, regardless of what she looks like, you would think would be like,
enough.
Holy shit, I'm fucking a Kennedy right now.
But those guys who can do it anywhere, they a lot of times will pick off somebody who lives close. Like, yeah, you that I see every day. Like when we talk about Ozzy and the masseuse.
Is it because
they're just there?
Yeah.
Because somebody's just there, and you like they become sexy to you by being familiar. Like she probably knew. I talked about this one in my dumb special, but I think that she probably just understood Arnold in a weird way. Like she probably just knew what he liked.
Just filthy.
Or whatever.
Basuda.
Whatever it was that made him go like, oh. She hit that button, maybe because she knew him, or maybe she just hit it because she'd walk around the house all day and her hiney would jiggle.
And maybe he liked that she was ugly. Maybe he liked that she wasn't an attractive woman. No offense to her, but she's not attractive.
She's not particularly attractive, but there is, it's probably a personality thing that got her to fuck Arnold. It was her big tits, or she's matronly.
I love how much her son looks like Arnold.
Oh my God.
It is so funny how much her son looks like Arnold.
It's like Rowan Farrow looking like Sinatra. Like,
it's ridiculous.
There's no way that could be Woody's kid. It looks like Frank Sinatra.
Right. Like if it were presented to Maury as a DNA test show, he'd be like, I don't want to.
Why even waste money on the test?
Yeah, let's not waste the production budget.
Hey, Rowan, just look at the camera and go, shooby-dooby-doo. But why, again, let me ask you a question. Why wouldn't Rowan...
He's all fucking ripped and everything.
Yeah, he is. Wow. He looks like Gary Busey.
He looks like if Arnold Schwarzenegger had impregnated Gary Busey. The fact that he looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger, but also looks like Gary Busey, is not a good sign for the woman that Arnold impregnated. Because you know where he's getting the Gary Busey looks from.
I do.
Her side.
Yeah,
that's unfortunate.
Why wouldn't Rowan want to get that done? Why wouldn't he want a DNA test if he hates Woody Allen, obviously, because he thinks he molested his sister? Why wouldn't he want to get that DNA to be? Unless it would imply that Mia Farrow would fuck Sinatra.
Yeah, maybe his
mom
doesn't want him to. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he's loyal to his mom, and his mom is like, no, just.
Well, why would you want people to think you're Woody Allen's child if you hate him? Because maybe that would make her look bad?
Yeah, it might just be, maybe it's something his mom really doesn't want.
Oh my God. Go back to that.
What do you say?
That's nothing to anyone, but to me as a comic, I remember, that's from 2015. Woody Allen's forgotten first wife, who he dubbed Quasimodo, in his first nightclub act. And his nightclub act breaks her silence after nearly 50 years. Holy fuck. I remember that very much. Him making fun of his wife.
That was from a couple years ago, though, right?
Yeah, 2015. I just saw that, and I like literally forgot about that. And I remember him calling her Quasimodo, and I had no idea that woman was still alive.
Very unflattering.
It was, yeah.
Quasimodo is a terrible nickname.
He had a very funny joke about his wife too. He said, "My wife was violated coming home one night. The newspapers said she was violated. And they asked me to provide a quote, and I said, well, knowing my ex-wife, it probably was not a moving violation." He's such a funny dude. Oh, Woody! Wow, she was a cutie.
But yeah, so maybe because
Fuck,
you look at that photo.
look at Woody too.
Just a strapping young lad. You look at that photo of Arnold's illegitimate kid, and there's no way that Maria Shriver. Do you think she knew the whole time, or do you think that, like, one day the maid brought her kid over and she was like, "What the fuck? It looks just like you." Because even as a tiny little kid,
yeah.
like in that picture where his face is blurred out,
He looks like Arnold.
you can see it looks like Arnold.
Because the jaw is so wide.
Yeah.
And you know what it was, too? Arnold probably likes to fuck. Like, he probably likes to pound the pavement, and he couldn't pound it with Maria because she's a slim woman.
Oh, you know I don't like that, Arnold.
Yeah. He's a big kid. What's he like? Fuck, well, the woman's short. But what's Arnold like? 6'2"?
Yeah, I don't know. He's taller than me, and that's a lot.
Yeah, you're a big kid.
Thanks.
But I want to know how big he is, Troy. Can we find
Arnold's kid or Arnold?
Arnold's kid. I don't even Arnold.
Arnold's 6'2".
Arnold's 6'2". The kid looks like he's at least 6. But the mother's short, though.
Right.
The mother's a little short lady. But man, you know how happy she must have been? I bet you after he came in her, I'll bet you she did a headstand to the bathroom. She probably walked on her hands to the bathroom.
She's doing all those yoga poses to keep her legs crossed like 150 times.
Yeah, oh my God. And her friends for like 2 weeks are like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "I got Arnold's seed in here. I got $50 million in my box." Wow. Okay.
You think that's what happened? Arnold left it in just once because it felt good and he couldn't control himself, and she was like, "Gotcha!"
Walked on her hands
like bees to honey.
I want to know though, how does Maria Shriver? Does the kid come to the house or no? I like that Arnold's embracing the fact he has a son. He's like, "What am I going to do?"
Have a choice.
Well, he could not talk to him.
He could, but I mean, but
it's his son.
It is nice that he's actually doing. There's photos of him on TMZ like working out with him, like he is embracing it.
It's really his kid, and he's not going to abandon his kid.
But I do want to know if he's like maybe like 4 or 5 years old, and he shows up. The maid's like, "Oh, can I bring my son?" And Arnold's like he just freezes, and Maria's like, "Of course you can. Why? Of course you can bring your son. It's a family thing." And
What does he look like?
And then the kid walks in the door. I would love to have been there for that moment when Maria just like looks at the kid like.
Do you think that she walked in? The maid walked in with the kid and sat down, and he's like, "Maria, this is her kid," and she was like, "Oh, this is my kid, Mrs. Shriver." And do you think she went, "Arnold, can I talk to you for a second?"
Can I? I don't know. She says she has a boyfriend.
She's dating some Austrian.
Yeah, we all look like this.
Wow. So good for
great.
good. Are they still married?
Maria Shriver and Arnold?
Yeah.
I don't think they got.
You think she just accepted, like, "Yeah, look, he's my husband, he's Arnold"?
It says spouse Maria Shriver. I think they're still married, but
people can survive almost anything, especially in public life. It's amazing what people can survive scandal-wise.
Some of those big public figures, though, when they get into marriages like this, like they're not. It's a marriage in name. They don't want to go through the divorce. They don't want to do. Sometimes they don't even live in the same house. Sometimes they live in the same house, but they don't even interact. They don't sleep in the same room.
Well, they don't need anything. They don't need anything from each other. Arnold doesn't need the Kennedys, and they don't need him. So they must love each other because they don't serve any purpose to help each other other than just.
She just might not want to
get divorced at this point.
Yeah.
Maybe this point.
And
at
be
this point,
a divorcee, be a single woman. She just might want to not have to go through that.
And
now.
they have kids.
And they have kids, yeah.
So maybe it's like, look, let's just stay together.
There's probably, if there were to be a divorce, there'd probably be a bunch of shit that came up that you wouldn't want the adult kids to go through.
I guess so.
I would imagine that they're in one of those sort of marriages for marriage sake.
But then again, here's something else with Maria Shriver. If you're a Kennedy, you probably have a very high pain tolerance. Like, you probably have the ability to deal with scandal and go, "Okay, we'll figure out what we do." If you're a Kennedy, you're probably not that shocked that a guy is fucking around.
Yeah.
Considering, the lineage.
I would hope, but
They've all been very naughty. The Kennedys are very naughty folks. Very naughty.
Have they?
They've been very
Is there
naughty.
a history of
They're
that?
very naughty.
Oh, do they like to sow their wild oats?
Dude, they do nothing but fling cum. They do, and that whole, it's funny how Edgar Hoover hated them so much, and now that whole Martin Luther King Jr. But that's referenced in Malcolm X. You know, Martin Luther King Jr. Now they're saying did orgies and had like a lover and a love child.
Oh yeah, there's some of the JFK
papers.
files.
That was referenced in Malcolm X, though. There's a scene where they're trying to bug Malcolm X's room.
Yeah.
And the FBI is listening in. They go, man, compared to King, this guy is a saint.
Right.
Because, Malcolm X was just kind of in love with Betty Shabazz, and he didn't fuck around.
Yeah, no. There's been stories like this for a long time about trying to pin Martin Luther King into like orgies and communism and all that stuff.
He seems like the type who like orgies.
You think
X
so?
was more, yeah, because he talked about God. X was more, seemed like Malcolm X was like a more strict religious guy. Martin Luther King would go out, great talker.
Right.
That ability, the same ability you have to go, I have a dream. That's the same thing that makes you look how good you'd look.
You're right.
Slide down those panties. You know how he has the ability
It's
to talk.
about love.
Yeah.
Love.
Black and white is what lips
Yeah.
on his dick.
Yeah.
He's just got the ability to talk his way in your underwear. I mean, it's, why wouldn't he?
It says the FBI document titled Martin Luther King Jr. A Current Analysis dated March 12, 1968 compiled background information. One of the sections of the documents, King's personal conduct, mentioned alleged affairs which were alluded to in the 2014 film Selma and an infamous letter from the FBI urging King to commit suicide.
Yeah. I don't know if they signed it. I don't think they signed it J-E-H. I don't think he signed it at the end, but he suspected that was from Andrew Hoover. What an asshole Hoover was.
Yes. You know what you might want to think about doing? He's like, what? I'm not even close to this. It says, this is a quote from the thing, one Negro minister in attendance.
Oh, Sam.
It's from the thing.
Sam, that's not the right way to say it.
I don't think so either.
Who did they quote?
The document. The FBI
What did they
document
say?
from
Sorry, what did they say?
1968. It said that this minister...
Who?
Well, the quote is one Negro minister. That's not me
Come on,
saying
dude.
it. First of all,
This doesn't sound right.
And we'll talk about the shooting, but do you know how many people I got when I was like, "Oh, this is terrible"? People just tweeted me going, "Oh, what are you going to do next, liberal Sam? Say open up the borders for everybody?"
Well, Letterman Sammy.
That's what they were calling
Letterman Sammy.
Letterman Sammy. What are you going to say next, Letterman Sammy? Open up the borders? Like what?
I mean, there's a difference between being like, hey, thoughts and prayers, and then going like, it is sad. I mean, it's sad. Of course it's sad. They're not acknowledging that. But Letterman Sam does that.
I think that they were, they were busting my balls based on a rumor that you started on
I didn't
this
mean
show
so. I
on Wednesday.
apologize.
You told everybody I was a liberal and that I thought that all the borders should be open. And when I asked for evidence, you said it's obvious.
Yeah, Letterman Sammy. It's no big deal.
I said, when have I said that? You said it's obvious.
Yeah,
That's not.
it's all right. No big deal.
It says that this minister later expresses disgust with the behind-the-scenes drinking, fornication, and homosexuality that went on at the conference.
Was it fucking guys sucking each other's dicks anymore? I don't believe that Martin Luther King was sucking dick.
I think that a lot of this is padded, because the FBI did not like him.
Yeah, because I just don't want to think of that.
I don't know if he was he did more than just give that speech. He was walking around giving that speech through all activities.
Yeah, he was.
Breakfast, dick sucking, whatever.
Yeah, I do not believe. I mean, look, I would care less, obviously, either way. But I don't think I heard that rumor. But I think he was probably just a womanizer. They said he had a kid out of wedlock. Now the FBI probably just throwing everything at him.
It said in the document that came out as early as January 1964, King engaged in another 2-day drunken sex orgy in Washington, D.C. Many of those present engaged in sexual acts, natural as well as unnatural.
Oh no, like a fucking J. Edgar and Clive, some naughty.
Can you believe
it's crazy?
That guy.
It's crazy.
This language is coming from that guy who had a boyfriend the whole time.
It's almost hypocritical.
You're right. It is skirting that fine line of hypocrisy.
Yeah. Different speech.
It said sexual acts, natural as well as unnatural, for the entertainment of onlookers.
Wow. You think Martin Luther King was getting blown in front of everybody? I don't know. I doubt it. Maybe somebody at the party did, but I doubt it. It's probably just some dirty dancing.
There were. You think it was just dirty dancing?
Something. Yeah, I don't think
they were grinding.
I don't think MLK was fucking getting his balls jiggled in front of people.
Well, there were less people talking. There certainly weren't cameras and stuff.
No Twitter. But again, people's word carried more value back then.
Word is bond back then.
I love it.
At the time, word was bond.
People, it's funny. They're like, well, there wasn't Twitter and there wasn't this. Yeah, but one guy going, guess what he was doing?
Yeah.
That was almost gospel. So like, there was less ways of proving things, but people's word carried more weight.
You know what was really gospel?
What?
The I Have the Dream speech.
That was very good. Yeah. But then there was also the I've been to the mountaintop and I may not get there with you. That was a good one, too.
Yeah, that's right.
And he didn't.
No, he didn't.
I've seen the mountaintop.
You have you?
I've not. No. In this show, we're in a valley.
Oh.
Go on now.
And it says, when one of the females shied away from engaging in an unnatural act, that has to be anal, right?
Either that or it's black and white together. Back then, they defined unnatural acts in such a shitty, what was it? Oh my God, it was a black woman drinking from the wrong fountain. Oh, how did the Lord react?
Before I continue, when I talk about Dr. Martin Luther King having unnatural sex in the 1960s, do you sometimes get nervous?
Why?
There's a smell in here.
What was the smell? I didn't do it.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
You're looking cheeky.
I'm not cheeky. I'm surprised that Troy's not taking credit.
Troy, look at his face. Do you think he's lying?
I'm guilty as sin.
He is guilty as sin.
Happy to see my friends, Troy, Letterman, and Sammy. Happy to see the boys.
That's a Sam's mom quote. That Jim Norton is guilty as sin.
Your mom would say that?
She said that about OJ all the time when I was growing up.
Of course she did.
There it is, see? Did you do that, Troy?
No.
I won't take responsibility.
Your mom would
either.
say OJ was guilty as sin?
She would walk.
And then she'd stand up and there'd be a little spot on the couch?
No, she wouldn't. That's ridiculous. That makes no sense. That's ridiculous. You're happy with yourself.
I'm sorry, Miss. I love your mother. She's such a delightful woman.
But OJ was guilty of sin.
He certainly was. Oh, that OJ. I know he did it.
Why? She didn't talk like
Couch
that.
cushion comes. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
It said when one of the females shied away from engaging in an unnatural act, King discussed how she was to be taught and initiated in this respect.
Spanking. I bet you there's spanking. How she's going to be taught and initiated in this. I bet you it was some kind of spanking or some kind of a thing like that.
Throughout the ensuing years and until this date, King has continued to carry on his sexual aberrations secretly while holding himself out to the public view as a moral leader of religious conviction. According to the document, King had a frequent affair with a woman, which may have led to a baby girl being born.
Wow. Do you think that...
Whoa, it says Joan Baez fucked Martin Luther King.
Oh, good for her. She's still alive, too.
Yeah, it says, according to the document, the source also said that King had affairs with 3 other women, including Joan Baez.
She's, so maybe that, what was the song, Diamonds and Rust? Maybe that wasn't written
You
to
love
Bob
Diamonds
Dylan.
and Rust, right?
Sure, it's a good song.
Wouldn't that be amazing if you find out it was about her sexual partner, Martin Luther King
Oh, my
Jr.?
God.
How could she keep her mouth shut if that's true?
I wonder, it's like Mimi Beardsley. How do you fuck JFK and keep your mouth shut? Back then,
You did it.
they fucking zipped up those lips. She probably told all her friends.
Joan Baez did?
Yeah, is this about Martin Luther King now? Maybe.
I think it very well could be. I don't know the lyrics specifically, but if it's a love song and Joan Baez did indeed have sex with Martin Luther King Jr., I feel like that's who she would write about, right?
Maybe, yeah. Why would you write about Bob Dylan if you fucked Martin Luther King Jr.?
Who cares? Yeah, you fucked Bob Dylan. Big deal. I fucked Martin Luther.
Yeah, a lot of groupies fucked him. He
Right.
fucked the guy who was assassinated.
Right. Who led the civil rights struggle. Brought us to closer to equality, but not yet close enough.
Not close enough.
Not yet close enough, Nico.
Well, according to Letterman and Sammy.
Well, I'll be damned.
Yep.
Here comes your ghost again.
That's right. He
He
died.
did die. He did die.
It's not unusual.
All right.
Okay.
It's just that the moon is full.
I don't know what that means. She ate his ass?
I think so. Yep.
Wow.
This is a great song.
You like this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here I sit.
This is a good one. We really are like two old biddies.
Well, we're figuring out Martin Luther King Jr.
Yeah,
Hearing a voice I
Martin Luther King Jr. used the phone.
that's true. He did. But he wouldn't be calling her from the road. He'd be getting blown in a fucking after a
that's
great
true.
speech. I guarantee you, a woman, oh my God, your speech. If a woman walked up to him crying because of his speech, his dick got hard.
Oh yeah.
He was like, oh boy, I'm going to fucking pick this one off in the motel.
I wonder.
Good for Martin Luther King Jr.
I wonder if he had sex with a bunch of celebrities.
You know, man, back then.
I hope so.
He and plus, it was so taboo back then.
Yeah, but he was the one, right?
He was the guy because, and he was such a rock star.
Yeah.
And he was so taboo, and yet to the counterculture and to like, he was such a fucking hero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Young celebrity, like young liberal celebrities, they probably all which one? Who among us would not want to have sex with Martin Luther King Jr.?
I don't think I would.
Would you have an orgy though with him? If there were a
Yeah.
bunch
Would I pull a train with him?
Right.
Absolutely.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You join the Martin Luther King Jr. orgy.
I would. Yeah.
Travis Dog, would you have sex with Martin Luther King Jr.?
Yeah,
He's the man, right?
he's a celebrity.
In the room, I would.
I go, he's the man, like he's an icon. Travis goes, he's a celebrity. A statement which implies that any male celebrity, for instance, we have Sean Astin coming in at some point this week. That could be good news for him.
He was great in Stranger Things.
He was fabulous in Stranger
Yeah.
Things.
Yeah, he's in the zeitgeist right now, so definitely.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You would.
Sean Astin?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Zeitgeist.
Goonies?
Yeah. Yeah.
Found the pirate ship?
Wow, is there something with money too? With is that an old one or a new one? The Hollywood Reporter. So is that new, Troy?
Yeah, he just came out.
Salmon, the sex
No, that
tape
came out in
controversy.
February of 2015.
Okay, was there a sex tape or something like that? I don't know.
Wasn't a tape. Might have been a sex reel.
Yeah,
A film.
They might have filmed back then. The FBI might have hooked up the room where they filmed from behind a mirror.
Yeah, and they were sitting there like having sex, and you just heard.
Yeah.
What's that sound? I don't know. I guess it's just the wall.
They could bug you back then. It's probably audio. Sex tape is probably audio back then.
Yeah.
But Hoover would bug everything.
Surveillance cameras would have been really difficult.
His files, man. That's why no one could fuck with him. I mean, he had shit on everyone, and no one knew exactly where all the files were.
And he would break the law to get him.
He
He did
would
not care.
He was really one of the smartest guys in history. And they said when he got you, he would just tell you, like, look, we've heard that there's these tapes of you and this woman, but relax. We got it under control. We're looking out. He would never threaten you. He would just let you know, like, we got you. We're good.
But that was just his way of being like, but we got you.
We got your back. Yeah, oh, yeah, he's telling you,
But
like, if you
now
ever,
you know.
if you ever fuck with me, I'll lynch you in public.
Right. That's what that is.
Smart guy.
But you're right. Without ever threatening. So it's not
Never.
like nobody could ever come and go like, oh, well, he threatened me. It's like, no. I had your back on this.
Or a mild hint. Just a mild hint.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he probably said to Roosevelt at one point, "Oh, I hope the missus had a good trip." And you're like, "Oh God, he knows she's eating pussy." Oh God, he knows.
You think he would just like walk by Martin Luther King Jr. just humming Joan Baez tunes?
No, he just sniff his fingers. Dr. King.
Shake his hand and then sniff his fingers.
Yeah, he'd
and
do
nod.
it. Tracy Morgan. Tracy would always do that. I'd shake his hand. He'd put my fingers under his nose. Smell that good stuff. All right, I know what you're talking about.
Just making it up.
You're just making it up. It doesn't smell like pussy. Yeah. Someone's saying that Kevin in New York Diamond rusted about MLK put his diamond cutter in her rusty bob. Is that a name for an asshole? A rusty bob?
Yeah. Sure.
I've never heard that.
I've never heard it either, but
A
it
rusty
makes
trombone.
I've
Right.
heard that. Yes, I've engaged in those. All right. Now, let me ask you, on a 1 to 10,
yeah.
how much trouble is Kevin Spacey in?
I mean, he could skate, I think.
He's in like a sexual rehab right
I would
now?
say 12.
You
He's
know-
never coming back.
I-
Never. He is finito. People will be able to take him. I think Seven, the movie Seven, will still survive because he could be a serial killer. American Beauty might be too real.
These are all kind of your work will survive though. I think if the Cosby Show is still on, House of Cards people will still watch.
I wonder about House of Cards because in House of Cards he's like using his power
Sure.
to sexually, and he's doing all this stuff that Kevin Spacey did in real life on House of Cards. So I wonder if people will still be able to watch that.
I don't revel in a person like in their shit falling apart. But with him, it's like if you're fucking with underage people, man. If you're hitting on fucking 14-year-olds, It's just fucking creepy. It's fucking creepy, and it's creepy at work. Like if you're on a set, I can't imagine being sexually aggressive on a set. It's such a not a sexual energy. Maybe because I've never been the boss on a set, but it's so nerve-wracking to be there. You're so afraid of fucking up and getting in trouble and getting kicked out.
Imagine if you're Kevin Spacey though, and you know you're the shit.
You're the boss. You're the director. You're whatever.
Even if you're not the boss, you're just the star of the thing.
I guess
you know you're Kevin Spacey. You know you're,
I guess,
looked at as this great dude and this great actor, and they're not going to fire you. You pick and choose whatever you want to do. And so this article, I guess BuzzFeed reported it on Friday.
Sam, read the article.
I'm not going to read the whole thing.
Oh, okay. I'm just trying to.
Why would I read the entire article?
Sam, summarize.
Okay. But BuzzFeed is no friend of Kevin Spacey.
They really are not.
No, they're the ones, they were like, we got to get some of that Ronan Farrow dust on us. Let's get Kevin Spacey.
Pretty good fucking journalist, that Rowan Farrow.
Yeah. Is it Ronan or Rowan?
Probably Ronan. I probably said it wrong
I don't
before.
know. I'm not.
Rowan Atkinson, Ronan Farrow. Is it Ronan? I probably said it wrong.
I think it's Ronan. But I'm
you're
not
correct.
Sure.
I made a couple of mistakes today.
He was
on... wait. Ronan Farrow.
Rowan. Maybe it's Rowan.
No, Ronan Farrow.
No, that's Rowan Atkinson. He's just looking up Mr. Bean now.
Ronan Farrow. Yeah, you're correct. You're right.
Okay. I watched him on...
You're black, I'm white. That's the breaks. Rickle said that on Letterman. He said that to the black band leader. The black guy in the band was very funny. You're black, I'm white. That's the breaks.
I watched Ronan Farrow on Stephen Colbert. He was kind of douchey.
Was he douchey?
He was like...
was he self-important?
Yeah.
It's kind of probably hard not to be when you're this young. And when you have taken a sledgehammer and Hollywood is collapsing, it's probably hard not to.
He was one of those guys that like...
feel a little douchey.
There's a couple... Number one... It's this great comeback story for him, right? Because MSNBC fired him.
That's right.
NBC wouldn't pick up his article.
Dude, you're right.
And now he's being looked at as this amazing journalist because he broke the story, and all credit to him for it.
And he also got, like, in a way, like, it's hard to not like this guy because he's complaining about his sister being fucking. He has a vendetta for Hollywood because he feels like his sister was abandoned by Hollywood because he's saying, look, Woody molested my sister. She's saying, yeah, it's true. And then people like Diane Keaton and all them are still doing Lifetime Achievement Awards. And he's like, what the fuck? Why are you people not standing up and saying something?
I love what he did, and I like him, like what he does. But like, well, I wouldn't want to hang with him. Like, he didn't seem like a dude that you're like, yeah, man, he'd be fun. Like, he was like that guy who...
His mother's Mia Farrow. I mean, like, he's a celebrity. Like, he's around celebrities.
And that's what it came across as. Like, every time he said anything that the audience would clap for, he'd look at the audience and go like, yeah, exactly.
Let me see a second of it. Just a second, if you don't mind.
Yeah, no, I don't mind.
I would like to see a second.
You would like to just see a quick second?
Yeah, I've never heard him
talk.
How long? Just you zip in the middle, Troy.
Just a second.
It could be anywhere, yeah.
Warn you off and say, don't do this story. It's not going to be worth it for you to do this story.
Yeah, I mean, look, there were multiple moments where people around me would sit me down and say, look, are you sure you want to keep going with this? There's a lot of pressure, and that's something that I've reported on, too. It wasn't just directed at me. It was directed at a whole range of reporters.
Were you threatened by Weinstein himself?
I was threatened with a lawsuit from his lawyers, and intermediaries did a lot of threatening and sort of menacing statements. But look,
such as like you'll never work again kind of Hollywood stuff.
I mean, I don't want to get into the private communications on this, but yeah, menacing stuff. And you've heard kind of the legends of how he behaves. You get the idea. But fundamentally, it was very apparent early in the reporting on this that this was a public safety issue. You can't stop going if you have evidence that there's maybe an ongoing pattern of behavior that's endangering people.
No,
Thanks. He looks at the audience.
Cheer for the women who talked.
Well, that's just there was. This,
I mean, yeah, but you know what? Listening to him, I like him.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
Would you want to hang with him?
Yeah, I mean, look, the bottom line is he did do it. Like, as much as he
wouldn't
maybe...
Wouldn't it be great to hang with him and be like, so what's Sinatra really like? And he's like, what? And I'm Woody, I
wouldn't know what Sinatra's like. He spat on me when I said hello to him. You know what, though? Because this guy... It's hard to stand up to threats from Harvey Weinstein's lawyers.
True. I mean, I respect him.
And he did.
Yeah.
And he had already been... He'd been fired from MSNBC. I do kind of respect him because... he seems like when you listen to him talk, he doesn't kind of come off as douchey. He just kind of comes off as thorough.
I respect him. He was kind of like
maybe a little bit for the applause. Like, applauded the woman. Like, all right, yeah, you don't need to.
Okay, we got it.
We understand.
We know you're a hero. I think he's really enjoying being a hero. Which is fine. I guess you can, but it just doesn't come across as sincere.
Yeah.
Like he's on TV and he knows he's on TV.
Sure, sure.
He's almost playing this character.
But that's Spacey. Kevin Spacey is
Yeah,
in
so-
deep.
Spacey
So-
blocked by his talent agency and his publicist.
You just watching, checking out what's on the tube.
But he has been dropped by his talent agency. Do you know how hard it is when you're Kevin Spacey to get dropped by your talent agency and publicist? Like, to be that guy,
Yeah.
and to be dropped, and to have House of Cards he's fired from. He's also his movie Gore. He's playing Vidal Gore. Was
That's
in post-production. Is done. He's in anything with. What was the old joke? That doesn't apply. So I dropped it. Anything with underage people though, is almost unsurvivable.
Yeah, they're.
Unless you're Roman Polanski
I think they were like.
or Woody Allen.
That was before. They were. It used to be okay. Now it's unsurvivable. That was before. They did like. I don't know. They're over halfway done filming season 6 of House of Cards.
No, they had 2 episodes. I thought it was 2
I
episodes.
thought they had 2 episodes left. Maybe there were only 2 episodes in.
I think I read 2 episodes.
2 episodes, but
in or left.
In.
Okay.
But again, who knows? Because Spacey, they said with his character, there may not be a whole lot they can. He wasn't scheduled to shoot until Wednesday, and then they had to make a decision. So what do? I mean,
think
they have to
people-
kill him off.
I think that's what people are hoping, that they kill him off and continue on with the show.
Well, doesn't he die in the book?
Yes, he does die in the book.
Yeah.
But what do? You bring him back for a day of
No, absolutely not.
will you kill him?
What if you like, you
Nobody
know,
wants to work with him.
But what if, in an effort to make everybody on the set feel comfortable, everybody gets to, like, they have this really violent death of the president where everybody just beats him to death?
Yeah, there's a guy with a lighting rig that just gets to kick him in the dick.
The best boy just comes over and stomps on his forehead.
Yeah, the whole. Why is a cast of crew beating the fucking the president to death? The lighting crew, the fucking gaffers.
Everybody. Somebody tips a camera over onto his chest. They all just kick the shit out of him.
Yeah, why are there a bunch of 14-year-olds beating him like fucking Pesci at the end of Casino?
Really takes you out of everything. Like, you built up 6 seasons to watch everybody, all the Secret Service guys just beat the shit out of him.
But they're all 14-year-old boys in suits.
Yeah. They all got
Pummeling him.
suits that are a little too big for him. Just kicking him. Yeah,
Wow.
I mean, I would think that they'll kill him the way they killed Olivia Soprano.
How?
You know, where they get the CGI and stuff.
I guess the problem is this: they're in a desperate place. Everybody knows they're in a desperate place. So if whatever they do, it might be a little cheesy, but people will go, they had to do it,
Or-
because the star was accused of touching a 14-year-old.
Or Claire Underwood will just wake up one morning. Episode 3 will begin with her waking up, and then they'll go up to her and say, "Madam Vice President, have you seen the president?" And she'll go, "Haven't you heard? He's dead." And they'll go, "Oh, right. Congratulations, Miss President." And they'll just move on. Or, even better, Kiefer Sutherland will come in and be like, "Not only is the president dead, everybody's dead,
That would be
except for
awesome.
me."
Nah,
He's a really good president.
They're probably not going to do that.
You don't think so?
No,
Why,
or
you think
maybe
that's
they'll
a
get-
silly idea for a TV
I know what they're
show?
going to do.
What?
I know what they're going to do.
What do you think they're going to do?
They're going to get Obama. They're going to say, "Mr. President, we know that you're not an actor. But look, we've had this thing," and he'd probably go, "House of Cards, I love that show."
Yeah.
Why does he talk like that?
It's how he talks.
Oh, my
You
bad.
never heard Obama talk before?
You know what? It's just been so long since he was president. I've
Yeah.
just forgotten. Clearly,
You probably thought that Obama talked like this. "Oh, you're fired."
that's exactly.
But he talks
that's
like
Obama.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, or maybe they get Trump.
You think they'll get Trump?
Maybe even better. That's it. Fire him.
And they'll go, "Hey, where's President Underwood?"
He's fired.
"He's fired. I'm the president."
I'm the president now.
I think that's a good idea. Maybe they'll get that little Ethiopian guy from Captain Phillips to come in, and he'll go, "I'm the president now."
Poor guy.
Yeah, I don't think he's doing anything at the moment in Hollywood.
He's had a few things. I mean, there's always going to be.
No.
No? Come on.
I know. He was in here. You wanted him. He's like, "Ah, this
I
is where-"
made that. We know.
Because he ad-libbed, "I'm the captain now."
Oh, can we find out what happened with that guy winning the Oscar? Oh.
Well, no, there was supposed to be like a story of an Ethiopian runner or something. I think he might have done that.
Yeah.
And that went nowhere. That was right after Captain Phillips. But that's been years.
Oh,
That's been years. He's not doing anything.
what's his name? We had him, and we had to interview him.
He wasn't a good interview.
Baghdad Abdi. No, you're right. He's not. Baghdad Abdi. Struggles financially despite Oscar nomination. Oh,
Well,
of
that's
course.
an old article. I'm sure that's from 2014. Can we see his IMDb? Because I'm sure he's made a whole bunch of money acting since Captain
I
Phillips.
was so sure, by the way, there was a giant Blade Runner 2049 like advertisement in Times Square last month, and there's a guy in that movie who looks exactly like him.
Is it him?
And I got really excited. No, it's not him.
It says Blade Runner 2049.
Oh,
Maybe it's him.
Oh, there you go, Travis. It might be him. Too.
oh, yeah, he was on the poster in Times Square.
That's still not
that's good. He's still acting there. Great, good.
That's still
you know,
not
I couldn't
getting any
find him
credits.
on the Blade Runner IMDb. It may not have like updated.
The Pirates of Somalia. Yeah, I mean, look, because
He was probably thinking to himself, "Why the fuck did I buy the Oscar tux? I should have rented
I should have
this thing.
rented
This
it."
didn't make any sense at all."
But his English is probably not. It probably needs work. Hopefully, he's been working on that. That makes it harder for you to get roles that aren't that specific when your
Put him on
English is
House
not
of
great.
Cards, man. He's very, very charming.
As the president,
I'm the president now. The president, they'll have like Kevin Spacey, they'll use CGI, and he'll go like, Claire, it's time for a boat ride, Claire. And they'll go and they'll get on a boat, and he'll play his Xbox or whatever, and then Somali pirates will come and take over the boat. And he'll go, Claire, how did Somali pirates get to Washington?
that's a good Spacey.
Yeah, no, that's it. That's a perfect Frank Underwood, actually. He goes like this. Claire.
I might have seen one episode of House of Cards.
It's great. I love it.
I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. I just was like, I don't like movies typically about the president. Typically shows about the president don't do anything for me because they're not good.
This season's a little slow.
Okay.
But,
Dreams about Claire.
no, not Claire. Claire.
How he says it like that?
It's Pitch Perfect.
Oh,
isn't
that's
it,
right.
Troy?
He's Southern, right? I did. Yeah. I mean,
I'm trying to look for where he says it.
Frank, let me see. Let me hear him talk.
Wait till you hear it.
I'm looking for him saying Claire.
Is he playing?
Claire.
Is he playing the president, saying "I'll kill who"?
Well, he's talking. Yeah, he's killed people on the show.
As the president?
Yeah. Well, no, on his way to being the president. You know. I don't think
You
he's
know who
killed.
didn't kill people.
Who?
Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah, but some people think he might have, right?
What?
Don't they?
You know who I wish would kill
Aren't they
himself?
like? Didn't
Who,
he?
me? That's not nice.
Nobody thinks that Kiefer blew up Parliament or wherever they meet, so that he could be the president.
No.
Or how about Damian Lewis in
Homeland?
Homeland killing the vice president? Oh, stop it!
He's got a heart attack medicine in his box. Like, don't let him get to the locked box to get his medicine.
By the way, the guy who was going to kill the president with a fucking suicide vest, they are now letting near the vice president unguard. Will you fucking stop it?
I changed my mind.
I just can't stand it. And I love the first season.
Homeland fell off hard.
It fell off hard because it was like it was doing a good job, and it's like you don't have to be cartoons.
First season was great.
It was great until that ending.
Second season I hung in there for, but by the
As soon as that fucking thing with the president happened, they lost me completely.
I've had the last like 8 episodes of the previous season just sitting on my DVR because I can't care enough to watch it.
You can't. I can't imagine.
The same thing with Mr. Robot. Like I have like almost all of the second season on there.
Is it bad?
It's not as good as the first season.
Well, it's hard to keep it going.
It's hard to keep it going, especially after the big reveal in the first.
I don't tell me. I don't know what the big reveal is, but I do know. Like, there's certain things that get better. Like the Chip Chipperson podcast, which is up now. Last night's episode.
Another thing I just can't get around to watching.
I don't believe you. Not only are you all caught up, you're already on next week's episode. But that just gets better with age.
The Chip Chipperson podcast?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
He'd be a good president.
You think so?
Yep.
Hey, President Underwood, you're fired. Here's your new replacement, Chip Chipperson.
That's right. No homework. Cancel school.
I hate that every time president comes up, Chip's policy is no homework. Like he's in high school.
Yeah.
Chip is almost 50 years
Free
old.
candy for everybody.
How old is Chip?
37.
Chip is 37?
37.
So I guess that's a good age for Chip because it's just old enough that it's not young.
To be convinced that you're fucking still a boy.
But you're not.
No, you're not.
Like you're not relevant anymore.
No.
You just missed it.
Yeah. So Kevin is he's I think he's beyond where because now Richard Dreyfuss' son is saying that he was groping him while his father was there and they were doing a read. It's really creepy shit.
Well, first BuzzFeed came out on Friday and they posted this article with 3 more men coming forward with harassment and sexual misconduct from Kevin Spacey. One recalled being invited over to Spacey's home in 1988 while working as an usher at a Connecticut theater where Spacey was performing. He was 16 at the time. And he and his friends showed up expecting to watch Chinatown when they arrived.
I love that movie. Oh, how appropriate. Roman Polanski directed that.
When they arrived, Spacey, then 29, and they're 16, served them cocktails while gay pornography was played on the TV. We all had to drink, and we were kind of like, oh, no one else is coming? And he's like, no one else decided to come. And he never mentioned that the porn was playing. It was really awkward. It's like Patrick Bateman working out.
Yeah, I would always turn that off before someone came in.
There's another one, a journalist who chooses to remain anonymous. He said he was aggressively groped while by Spacey while at a club in London. He said the man claimed that the actor kept reaching between his legs and grabbing his crotch.
Who the fuck does that? Like, how do you grab the crotch of another person when you're out?
You heard Terry Crews saying the same thing happened to him.
By the way, that agent has been suspended from WME.
I heard
William
that.
Morris. Yeah.
The guy says, I got up to leave at one point, and Spacey sort of grabbed me, and I ended up sitting back down. He kept rubbing my leg. I moved seats.
See, here's the fun thing. You're a journalist, and there's an actor grabbing your dick, and you just move seats. I get how about you go, what the fuck are you doing? How about that? If you're that annoys me a little bit. It doesn't mean that like it's not inappropriate for him to do or shitty for him to do. But how about once in a while, you're a journalist at a table. He's not your boss.
Mm-mm.
You're not on a set where you're scared for your career. You're a journalist, and you don't go, what the fuck are you doing?
But we know why Kevin Spacey was doing it. He explained it. Wasn't it him in the last story that we were talking about on Wednesday when he said this denotes ownership or whatever he said?
Demonstrates ownership. Something
like that.
But he's a journalist, claims the actor kept reaching between his legs. He said, I ended up sitting back down and he kept rubbing my leg. I moved seats. So the guy goes to stand up. Kevin Spacey grabs his dick. And I guess Kevin Spacey is such a scary guy that you stop it. That annoys me a little bit. I'm not saying that it's not shitty that he did that, but you're also an adult. And how about you push his hand away and go, get the fuck off me?
The third accuser claimed he was asked to engage in a sexual act while serving as a military advisor on Outbreak, the movie Outbreak. Mm-hmm. During a break from filming, Mark Ebenhoch recalled being approached by one of Spacey's assistants who invited him to come back to the actor's trailer. You have an assistant being like, hey, time for some sex.
It probably never. It probably goes unsaid.
He said it was enough to stun me. It blew me away.
Again,
I wonder if he's being cute when he says it blew me away. Like he's like, I'm not telling you what he wanted me to do. Let's just say it blew me away.
But did Kevin say anything to him, or did he just? Again, I'm not going to defend the guy being a predator, but every person he hit on. It's like now people just coming out going, you know what, man? One time he asked me back to, like, did anything happen? Did he do anything to you? If you're a consultant on the set and he does something inappropriate, right. That's inappropriate. But if he just showed that he was interested in you and you weren't and he left you alone, well, that's fine.
That's all right.
Yeah, I mean, if he's not, again, if he's not
grabbing your crotch.
It's like, how do you allow someone to grab your crotch if you don't want them to? How do you not push someone's hand away or say, what are you doing?
Right. There's a CNN article that came out that said Kevin Spacey made the set of Netflix's House of Cards into a toxic work environment through a pattern of sexual harassment. 8 people who currently work on the show or worked on it in the past told CNN. One former employee told CNN that Spacey sexually assaulted him.
Well, by the way, here's why Netflix is not using him. Because they don't own it. Netflix does not, I don't think they produce it. They just air it. So what happens is the production company, which is in Baltimore, I think, they're the ones who are probably on the hook. Everyone's saying Netflix House of Cards. They show it, but the production company, I believe, out of Baltimore, they are probably the ones who are on the hook legally.
So they created House of Cards and just sell it to Netflix.
Or release it to them. I don't know how it works. But I believe there is another... Look at the name of the production company. They're the ones who are in trouble. I think Netflix is probably trying to distance themselves a little bit and go, hey, as soon as we found out, we dropped it. We had no prior knowledge, and as soon as we found out, we dropped it.
Yeah.
Or because they said there was one instance that came up like 5 years ago, but then it was squashed. And I think that their whole thing is, hey, look, man, it came up. It was squashed, and that was all we knew.
And now this isn't getting squashed, so we dropped it right away.
Yeah. They don't want to be lumped into what's inevitable lawsuits coming.
Yeah. And then, Netflix has completely severed ties with Kevin Spacey, and they're not doing the Gore Vidal movie anymore at all. So yeah, it's supposed to be the 6th season. Yeah, we kind of talked about that. But writing Spacey out of House of Cards would not be a stretch, as the Frank Underwood character dies in the book that inspired the Netflix series. In recent days, speculation has grown that co-star Robin Wright, who plays Claire, could become the show's centerpiece. Although, I would watch, they should just have Stamper kill Frank and Claire, and he becomes the president. That's how it works, right? If the president and the vice president die, the press secretary gets it?
No.
That's right?
I do not believe. I believe it's the Speaker of the House.
It might be press secretary.
At one point, it was Tip O'Neill. This is, by the way, the quote that I was thinking before. I knew what the quote was. It just didn't fit. I'm going to go to Garrison. In Wisconsin. You're a handsome man, Mr. Garrison.
I'm the captain now.
Yeah.
That's the quote.
Jim.
Hey, buddy, this is, I know the quote that you're talking about, but I didn't say it for a reason.
It was a famous quote from a governor that he actually said that the only way I could lose this election is if I'm caught with a dead girl or a live boy.
That's the old. Thank you, buddy.
I'm not in politics. I'm not in Hollywood, but at least I know those rules.
Yeah, but even that, thank you very much, Garrison. Appreciate that. I remembered the quote, but I didn't use it because it doesn't even hurt to be caught with a live boy anymore. That doesn't affect, no one gives a fuck about that. What kills you now, a dead girl, yeah, of course, or somebody underage.
I had heard a different quote that kind of applies to all this stuff.
What's your quote? Go on now, get down there and lick my asshole.
That was always the one that I kind of abided by in business.
Wait, I asked for, did they put that quote in that I asked for?
I don't know. I did see, there was a list in the office that I saw somebody was writing. Your name was on it, and I think it said "Pay no mind" at the top of it.
Yeah, I had asked. Do you remember the quote I asked for? What I asked for?
I remember you asking for a quote. I don't remember what it was.
The Pacino quote.
Yeah, you wanted the same one that Sam's got.
Yeah, that full quote. So
Anthony says he doesn't know if Rob did it.
I don't know. I love it.
Did anybody do it?
Anthony goes, well, I don't know if Rob did it.
Well, Rob's in charge of doing that.
Okay, well, then, let's see. No.
We can make an arrangement.
I think that's audio from Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, it is.
With Richard Dreyfuss' son.
Anthony came to me this morning, and I was like, are we going to have a good week? Are we going to have a good week? And he goes, no, not.
Okay.
No.
Ew.
I said, no, not that kind of. And I go, are we going to have a good week? And he goes, we're going to try. And I go, I don't want to hear that. And he goes, nope, it is. It's going to be a good week. I'm already working on a bit by myself. And I go, okay, when's it going to be done? He goes, Friday.
Ugh.
I go,
what bit are you working on?
A Friday.
Is it a 5-day compilation bit?
Yeah, what are you talking about, Friday? Now. He goes, I go, what about today? Just do it today. He goes, well, I got to go home early today because I got to get my car serviced. I was like, all right, Greg, just get out. Just get your car serviced and go.
Oh, yep. You can do that. Yeah, here comes Rob. Here comes Rob. I hate his jog. His hair bounces in perfect unison.
Look at him.
Yeah, I feel like Caligula when I see his hair. I'm mad because he has good hair.
There's not a bit of fat on him bouncing.
No, that hair bounces appropriately.
Did you give Jim the quote that I have here? This one?
No, I did not. No, I'll do it right at the break. I'm sorry. I didn't know that you wanted it. I'm sorry.
Well, see, there you go. We have an error in communication because if Rob steps away for a moment and he's not informed that you need that drop, I don't know how other people can throw him under the bus.
Yeah, so Travis and Anthony, you guys knew I wanted it, so somebody should have told Rob.
I knew. I thought Rob knew.
All right.
Yeah, it's my bad.
We can make an arrangement.
No, it's my bad. I should have told Rob.
You stupid fucking cunt.
What? Is that directed at me?
Certainly is.
No.
Travis, I was just wondering something.
Mm-hmm. Where did you learn your trade, you stupid fucking cunt, you idiot?
Hey, Travis.
Yeah.
You fucking cunt.
Hey, Travis.
I'll take that disc, man, and I'll ram it up your box.
It does fit.
Hey, Travis.
Yeah.
I want to lick your cunt. Hey, wait, Travis! Guy who stinks at the button.
You just got button happy.
You don't have to say guy.
I also
I'm just gonna get something to eat.
Don't interrupt me, cunt!
What'd you send to Troy, buddy?
I made a nice little picture of Mr. Frank Underwood, or
really, it's
Chippa Underwood.
Chip Underwood, the president.
President.
Yeah, we could post that on Jim and Sam show on Twitter. It's weird. You didn't take 5 days to make that so you could get your car serviced?
Yeah.
No, I did not.
Oh, good.
Yeah, Frank Undergarments, right?
It's just missing no homework on the bottom.
Yeah, no homework.
Post that on our Twitter.
Free candy.
So somebody can add no homework and free candy and no more school.
And Corey, you're not wrong. Hello, Corey.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hey, buddy.
I'm just wondering, in all the world, and all the stuff that's come out with Cosby, with Weinstein, with Kevin Spacey,
Jerry Shepardini,
and whoever, whatever happened till innocent till proven guilty? One person says something that happened 10, 15, 20, 30 years ago. All these people come out of the woodwork, and we're automatically crucifying them. I'm not saying that it didn't happen, but whatever happened to... Look at Kobe Bryant. Girl says, "Oh, he raped me." Comes out that it didn't, and that just goes away.
Part of it is about the denial too. Like
Kobe Bryant denied it,
and he went to. Didn't he go to court?
He did go to court.
And I think if you, I know,
Kevin
I think
Spacey's not denying it.
I think you're right, Corey. Innocent to proven guilty, but a lot of these guys are not saying they're not saying anything. Cosby kept quiet, and all of a sudden the allegations are piling up. So as much as I hate the media, if you're just reporting on the allegations and he's not giving you anything to say, like America's #1 dad, when girls are going, he drugged and raped me. I mean, that is a news story, and he's not coming out and going, this is what happened. So they're just reporting the allegation, so it looks guilty because he's not denying it. You know what I mean?
And sometimes where there's smoke, there's fire.
I understand. It was like all the women that came out against Trump said he did this, he assaulted me, he sexually harassed me, and then they all disappeared like a fart in the breeze.
Well, Trump denied it immediately, too.
Same with Clinton, too. Dude, on that level, it's amazing. All of these guys, I think, have that kind of dirt, or a lot of them do, and for some reason, they survive it. I don't know how they do, but they do.
Right.
All right? But I think you're right. You are innocent. I appreciate it, man. If this was one person saying Kevin Spacey did this, and Kevin Spacey said that's simply not true, or two people, when you're a celebrity, you are open to a few bullshit things.
Yeah.
But when 9 or 10 people come out and they're all telling the same story and you're not denying, it's kind of hard to.
Yeah.
You know, when you're on that level of famous too, and you're that level, and he's like a really private guy.
Or when you're Harvey Weinstein and you just deny, you'll go like, no, Lupita Nyong'o was lying. And you're like,
did he deny her?
The one.
Do you know who he's in trouble for too? Is Paz, who I love, Paz Laherta.
Oh yeah.
She was kind of crazy on Boardwalk Empire, and she's had a couple of like public things where she seems a little nutty. She's fucking great. I love her.
What did she?
She said he raped her for real twice, and the NYPD is saying she has a case. I think because of audio recordings that were made, or something to do with the therapist.
I can buy the story because you get somebody with a crazy reputation like Paz has, and even if she talks, he's like, "Well, what's she gonna say?
She's
nuts."
This back in 2010, and I think if your therapist has notes of you talking about it from 6 years ago, like a lot of the women with Cosby said, people came out and said, "Yeah, she told me this story in 1979." Like, it's kind of hard to think that somebody went back and lied for no reason, and now it's coming out and they're telling the same story.
Yeah, almost. What is it? 7 years later, they're like, "Hey, remember that lie I made up 7 years ago? Now I can cash in on it."
They're saying it happened twice. She accepted a ride home, and he went up, and she said he pulled my dress up, unzipped his pants, and raped me. De La Huerta, I guess is how you say her name. And she said that she was in a state of shock. She was traumatized in disbelief. He finished what he did. He told me he'd be calling me. 2 months later, he showed up again in the lobby of her apartment. She said reluctantly she let him upstairs and he raped her again. I don't understand the thinking of letting someone upstairs. I'm only guessing that this is like, I think what happens is the definition of rape is not what we always thought it was. Like, you know, we always thought rape was this violent, get over here, you bitch, and throw you down and punch you in the face and fuck you. But it's more subtle than that sometimes. Like,
and power, like
just being scared of somebody and them going, okay, this is happening, and you going, I'd rather you didn't. Okay, like, but you're kind of giving in. You're not clawing the guy's face, and it's still a rape.
And look,
that's not what we've always been taught rape was.
Look, because we've always been taught rape the power behind it is physical, like you're saying, physical power. When there's not just physical power, there's mental power and emotional power, and that all plays a part in this.
So you hear this, and it's easy to go, how come you didn't just, why'd you let him up? Because that's my first thing is, why'd you let him up? But if the first one was, well, I was drinking and he was drinking, I don't know the mentality because I haven't been through that. So I don't know what you're thinking when someone's doing that. But the police are saying she has a good case. The NYPD is saying she does have a case. So
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it ends in some kind of jail time for Weinstein.
It's amazing.
Yeah. Wow. Before we move on from Kevin Spacey, too, you brought it up just briefly, but Richard Dreyfuss's son, Harry Dreyfuss, said when he was 18, he got sexually assaulted or harassed or whatever.
Harassed
by Kevin Spacey.
That's harassment, yeah.
He said that the trio were there. It was Harry Dreyfuss and then his dad, Richard.
Directing a play that Richard was in England.
And Kevin Spacey was there. And Spacey put his hand on young 18-year-old Harry's thigh while Richard was right there. And Harry said, I thought surely he can't be coming on to me like this right in front of my dad, but his hand stayed there. Wow. Harry twice moved away from Spacey, but the lecherous actor followed him each time. Once again, Kevin followed me, sat down with considerable effort, slid his hand between my right hand and my right leg. Over the course of about 20 seconds, centimeter by centimeter, Kevin crawled his hand from my thigh over toward my crotch. My mind went blank. Suddenly, he had completed his journey.
You know, it's weird. The kid said he didn't want to affect his father being in this play or start a rift between them. Like, he didn't know what to do. All of a sudden, this Oscar-winning actor, and your father is Richard Dreyfuss, and like, how humiliating to go, he's touching me.
And they're saying that Richard Dreyfuss did not realize it was happening because he was engrossed in the script.
Oh, of course he didn't know. Yeah. Who knows what the room was set up? He might have been sitting across. It might have been a big table. They might not have been facing each other. I mean, who the fuck knows where they were sitting? And yeah, there's no way. Maybe Richard Dreyfuss was walking around.
Yeah. I wonder when he told his dad.
They said that they talked about it since, but just probably not during the play.
Yeah, I'm sure that they talked about it before it went public. But yeah, do you think that the son just didn't say anything because he didn't want it to affect his dad being in this play?
Richard Dreyfuss came. He said, "I love my son more than I could explain with all the words in the world." Richard Dreyfuss wrote, and I'm so incredibly proud of him right now for telling the story. And you know, poor Richard Dreyfuss. That's so humiliating.
Yeah,
like he was right there, and I couldn't protect him. Like, this fucking predator right there in front of me is hitting on my kid.
Yeah.
Hitting on an 18-year-old is not being a predator, but it's creepy when you know you're directing his father and the father is right there. Like,
it can be predatory.
It can be, but
it's not predatory by definition.
But yeah, just hitting on someone is like whatever. But to do that while the guy's father is there and to make him uncomfortable, it's like, ugh.
Yeah, it's really gross. It's really, really gross.
It's grody.
Okay.
It's grody.
That too.
It's grody.
I guess that too.
Wish we had audio of an amazing weekend of fights, too.
The UFC?
Oh, my God.
Fizzites?
One of the best cards ever.
Yeah, it really was.
Ever.
And all of our friends were on this time. Did you know a clip from the show was used in the opening? Some kind of opening or something.
Who were we interviewing? Was it when we were talking to Michael Bisping, right? Yes, I heard that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know it was used in the actual opening.
That's what they said.
I always watch the fights. I always go back and watch them, sometimes an hour later. Sometimes I'll catch them live. Sometimes I'm an hour late.
What, do you stay up all night?
I'm an up all night guy.
Whoa, that's crazy, man. Is that another one of Chip's rules? No bedtime?
Fuck yeah. No bedtime.
No bedtime.
Alarm clocks. Break all alarm clocks.
If he's president, no bedtime.
Yep. Ciggies for everyone.
Oh, man, that's so badass.
Smoking age is 9.
That's probably a little low. probably want to bring that up a little.
It's honestly, I got to say, overall, the most shocked I've ever been. Because I was shocked when Weidman beat Anderson Silva. I mean, it's a sports thing.
Oh.
I was shocked when Weidman beat Anderson Silva. Shocked the second time when he broke his leg. I've been shocked at a lot of things when fucking Buster Douglas beat Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
But the 3 championship belts changing hands in a row was stunning. It was absolutely stunning.
Dana has to be happy about a show like this.
Here's what Dana, not that he doesn't like Michael Bisping, but he has to be happy of the comeback story of GSP, who I didn't realize either that he was only 36. I mean, he's been off for 4 years. And he comes back and he fucking strangles Michael Bisping who's 38, who is actually older. But he had a Cinderella story, too. Michael Bisping, technically, no one thought would be champion.
Right.
You know what I mean? He just beat Luke Rockhold, and no one saw that coming.
I don't know about any of these guys, I mean, I guess I know a little bit about them because I've interviewed them, but, I'm not like a super fan of UFC. I just watch it when I watch it. But I didn't know Michael Bisping was that old. I thought, like, in my head, I really wanted Bisping to win, number one, because I had a good time with him on the show, but also because I felt like, GSP has had his time.
Yeah.
And it's Michael Bisping's time, and then it's like, oh, he's 38. I guess this isn't the young up-and-comer.
No, I wanted Bisping because I like him personally, but GSP is a great story. The fact that he's gone for 4 years, he went up in weight. He's fighting 15 pounds heavier, and he looked tired in the second round. Like, that extra muscle is like weight. Holy fuck! And he choked. Michael Bisping's such a tough dude. He literally, his arm just went limp. He just choked him out.
So I guess George St. Pierre is going to come back.
The middleweight champion.
He's going to come back full time.
Nah, but here's the next thing. The next thing is he's going to vacate this belt. Robert Whittaker is going to probably, who's the interim champion, will fight someone else for it, and he's going to go down to welterweight and fight Tyron Woodley. That's what my guess is. Because he's a welterweight.
Do you think that's going to happen in 6 months?
What are we in now? November? Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think his next fight, I don't think he wants to deal with other guys in the middleweight division. I think he goes down and fights Tyron Woodley for the welterweight championship. That's my opinion. That's my guess. And TJ Dillashaw, who I don't know, he knocked out Cody Garbrandt.
Yeah,
was
I really
11-0.
Cody to win.
I did too because I like it. They both have a kid on the way. And that was also a stunning knockout because he knocked TJ down, I think, in the first round, the end of the first round.
Cody was fun to talk to when he was in here. He's a WWE fan.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Like, I'm like, I want to hang with that dude.
And he fucking...
but not if he's going to be losing fights like this.
Got knocked out. Well, TJ's not undefeated either, but TJ will fight Mighty Mouse next. And the favorite thing of the night, and I like Joanna and Jacek, was watching Rose Namajunas. Nobody saw her knocking her out.
When UFC now has two stars like this, Rose and Joanna,
yeah.
In a fight that was that good, that was one of the fights of the night. That for the women to have to compete with the two fights above them, that's a big deal. Like, to live up to that expectation, and they did. After losing Ronda, like, UFC have got to be psyched to have these two.
I mean, like, Joanna's like a Terminator. She was 14-0, but she's not like she doesn't have the. She's not captivating everybody like Ronda was. She's just a great fighter.
Yeah,
because Ronda was the first.
Yeah, and she's charming and everything. She also, she's got a heavy accent. It's never going to be the same.
But Rose is a little badass, and. No, people thought like, well, she's good on the ground. Maybe if she can keep Joanna down, maybe she'll take her back and choke her. The fact that she knocked her out, I mean, that's one of the most shocked I've ever been watching something in sports, was her knocking her out in the first round. Fucking amazing. We wish we had audio of that. That was. Do we have any audio of that?
I don't think so. The UFC is tight about their stuff because you got to pay for it. But yeah. Plus, Rose is hot, so it's like,
yeah,
it helps them.
Yeah,
it helps when you have a girl that's that badass and then also attractive, and she shaves her head.
Yeah,
like that's a good thing for UFC.
Yeah. So congratulations, an incredible night. All the fights were really, really great.
What was your favorite?
Probably. I mean, all three championship fights were amazing. I did enjoy. I love Stephen Thompson, so I was happy he beat Masvidal.
No,
it was a decision. Mickey Gall did lost a decision.
God damn it,
to Randy Brown. Yeah, but the other guy, Randy Brown, was more of a striker, and he actually beat him on the ground.
Yeah, but if Mickey Gall is gonna he had all this steam because he got to fight on pay-per-view, he beat Punk, you know what I mean?
Know. He's still good.
That Punk fight, I guess, was a really easy fight.
Well, again, he was just younger, and in the business meeting, he just he didn't have the experience.
They say Punk's gonna fight again.
He will. Yeah. His my favorite one was over St. Preux, knocked out fucking Corey Anderson. He was losing the fight, and in the third round, he planted a face kick.
That wasn't on pay-per-view though?
No, that was one of the prelims. And the fact that he knocked him out, it was a brutal fucking knock. You should have it right in one of those, right? No, is there any video of it?
I'm looking right now.
That was an incredible. There's not many things more fun to watch than a fucking head kick knockout. Because,
Yeah, of course. I mean, somebody getting kicked in the head and knocked unconscious, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I saw. Who did I see? Maybe James Vick? He got on the mic and he was complaining about winning all these fights and them not giving him good fights. He wants to main event, within a year or 6 months or something like that. One of these guys, I didn't really know who he was, but he won. He keeps winning. He said he was 8-0 or something like that.
Jesus. Did you see that kick?
Let me see.
Do they have audio of the thing or no?
This is a perfectly placed shot.
Oh,
I mean, it doesn't get any cleaner than that. And
I would hate if that happened.
Over. Oh yeah, definitely.
He was literally unconscious as he got kicked, and then kick. His lights are out.
Thank God he was unconscious. He didn't have to feel that.
He was winning the fight too. You don't have to play the interview. I just wanted the audio of I love those moments when something like that happens. It's just such an exciting thing because the fight's just over. You're fighting, and then you just wake up. I wonder what it's like to wake up after getting knocked out.
Thank God I didn't have to feel that kick. I'd be psyched.
How'd I do?
Yeah.
When you wake up and you're looking up and there's 3 people, you have to know you lost, but you're probably like, how'd I do?
Yeah, we still going?
Yeah, did I win?
We're good, right?
You can't think you won.
No. You would remember winning.
You'd remember winning.
Did we knock each other out at the same time? Is it a draw?
Oh.
No, you didn't. You got kicked in the head. Hard.
Well, I want to eat, and we have a guest, the last minute guest coming in, which is kind of nice. I thought we had Brian Regan today, but we don't.
No.
That was my mistake. I think we might have him this week, but then I'm hearing he canceled. I don't know.
It's going to be a very, very busy week with guests because of the New York Comedy Festival and a lot of other people that are in town. So it's going to be a fun week, but it's going to be a busy week.
I will be in Town Hall this Saturday night, 9:45 show. I'm very, very much looking forward to this. I got San Francisco and Sacramento coming up. I got Indianapolis, Peoria, Illinois. I'm doing the Jukebox Comedy Club. I was told Otto and George. Otto would love that place, which makes me kind of happy to be going there.
Yeah.
So I got a bunch of great gigs. Chicago coming up. But Town Hall is this Saturday.
That's excellent. And I hope if people don't have tickets already that...
I hope they rush out and get them. You're not kidding.
Because it's going to be a good show. And we'll have... Chad Smith is coming in here?
Yep.
Chad Smith.
Didn't we have him in recently? Or have we never interviewed him?
No. What are you talking about?
I thought we interviewed him recently.
I never met Chad Smith before. From RHCP. That's what they're called, right?
Yeah.
The Chili Peppers.
Yeah. Well said, AH.
I bet I know what the H stands for. We'll talk to Chad Smith. We'll be back.
Yes, we will, in a jiff. Guy in Texas.
It was Travis's birthday. Oh, yeah.
No, not that. Happy birthday, Travis.
It's not my birthday.
Oh, okay. Whenever it happens. Well, hopefully you've experienced your. Hopefully the whatever one you just had is
you
big
got
list.
Yeah. You know where he was going?
Yep.
26 people. This guy walked into a church. Largest mass shooting in Texas history. And then he shot himself.
How can you not be depressed realizing that, now this is just a thing that happens?
I read that. It's like the Drudge Report, giant red letters, massacre. It's like it happens all the time. And it's not that we don't care about the people that get killed, but in a way, you're used to it.
And it's like, all we're going to do, if it was a white guy, we're going to argue about gun control. If it was a Middle Eastern guy, we're going to argue about immigration and terrorism.
Yeah.
Like that. And then we're just going to go on loops. When it's like, really,
White people get the mental illness thing thrown at them, too. He's mentally ill.
Yeah. But terrorists are not mentally ill.
Yeah. Yeah.
Terrorists are totally saying they're just terrorists.
Is that why you want to let him in?
Yeah, let him in, Sammy. I mean, in a way, I don't know why you feel the way you feel.
I don't feel that way.
It's okay if you do.
I will say that you could at least have a conversation. At least be willing to have a conversation that if you're like, okay, you can definitely look and say there are more mass shootings now than there were before, that shootings now have higher victim counts than before. Even if some people are like, well, technically there's not more shootings, there are higher victim counts at these mass shootings. And you could start to question what the purpose of having guns that fire that many bullets that quickly.
Well, no, I mean, look, I understand. Let him in, Sammy. Hates guns.
That's not where I'm going.
He's a gun grabber.
I'm not a gun grabber.
Let him in and grab your guns. Let him in and grab your guns. I got it.
That's not what I'm saying.
It's okay.
But what I am saying is...
Oh, that was almost a bad one.
Did you almost poop your pants?
Oh, boy.
See, that's what you get. You just push them out. I wish you would stop it.
Would you like Chad Smith to come in and ask where Jim is?
Would you laugh if I shit my pants?
Yes.
I wouldn't.
He pooped his pants.
I wouldn't tell him.
No?
I wouldn't.
So nice of you.
I wouldn't humiliate you like that.
I appreciate that.
Jim made caca-doo-doo in his pants. Jim pulled in Nico on the bus. He had to go to the bathroom.
I mean, that
clean
was
up.
really. I'm standing too. That would have been a disaster.
I would have loved it.
That would have been
much.
a down the legger.
Chad Smith would have come in and be like, "What's that smell?" I'd be like, "You ever on tour with the Red Hot Chili Peppers and Anthony Kiedis stood up and shit himself?" And he's like, "No." And I'm like, "Oh, the guy I work with just did."
Wouldn't maybe.
But yeah, I think that that's a conversation to have. But I think the mental illness thing is actually a huge conversation to have. And you know, it's terrible the treatment that exists here for mental illness. So
yeah.
And the way it gets diagnosed and the way it gets treated and the whole thing is just ridiculous.
I mean, I look at myself and I look sometimes in the mirror and I'll go, "You crazy dog."
That's not what I'm talking about.
Oh,
that's not doesn't.
That's how I diagnosed myself.
Doesn't you do
crazy dog?
You do have mental illness.
I do,
but it's not in like a rock and roll, charming, like
it's not.
Like mysterious way.
No,
it's
it's
in
not.
like on some level we're all concerned for Jim.
I do have mental illness.
Yeah,
some
on some level everybody is concerned.
There's no need
for
to
you.
be.
No, there is.
Oh, there's no need to be.
I mean, there is. You know, there is. You know, Troy. I mean, Travis.
Aha, you looked at Travis. I'm the one who's mentally ill. Seems like someone over here is a little nutty.
Yeah, you don't even know who I am.
Travis, are you?
I'm your son.
Is there?
I'm sorry, Travis. I'm sorry.
Is there?
I see. That was like a conversation I would have.
Yep.
Okay.
Before he made that joke about your mom leaving you and never talking to you again, would you say that on some level there is a concern that you have for Jim's well-being?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys.
Like there is that thing of like, you know, I don't want to get that phone call. Like, yep, that exists for everybody that knows you. Wait, what are you doing over there?
Folding my gum up.
Just casually. Just like, yeah.
You know, it's normal.
Just a little gum folder.
As you would.
Right. As one does.
Yeah. No.
The one thing I was able to have some joy in over this, like, because I get so frustrated by these shootings, and I just think I never know what I want. They say this guy walks in, and he went into a church. It was in Texas. It was a Baptist church, and he just kind of
ex-military.
Yeah, ex-military dude who I believe was discharged for beating his wife.
Did he lead a Bible study too, or is that not true?
They said he might have. Like, it's unconfirmed that he led Bible study at one point, but he barged into a church while it was in service and started shooting. You know, and a bunch of people got down, but lots of people were killed, and it was awful. 26 dead, and apparently, from the last thing I read this morning, a guy grabbed his gun from him and and chased him. And so the reason why, you know, the guy's dead now. The shooter's dead.
Didn't he have to shoot up police or something?
First they said he had a shootout with police, but then they said police found him dead, and they hadn't confirmed whether he had shot himself or this guy that had chased him, because apparently he got into gunfire with this guy that chased him. The guy gets in a car. The shooter gets in a car. Again, it's something I just read this morning. It could change. But the guy gets in a car and runs away from this dude that had just grabbed his rifle just to stop him. And the dude who grabbed him jumped in his car and chased him.
Oh, that's great.
And then
that's great.
And then
I'm sure they'll charge him with something, speeding.
There was a shootout, and so either this shooter was shot by the civilian dude or shot himself.
That's fucking great. If someone
that's what I read this morning. It could be changed or whatever.
If someone chased this little fat animal down and just shot him. What, Travis?
There's an interview with the guy.
Oh, let's see it.
If you go to the Post or the Daily News, they both have it.
Post.
Yeah, really? I hope his mouth wasn't full when he did the interview.
Yeah, exactly. Was he also eating peanut butter?
Not eating peanut butter.
No, it's not peanut butter.
Sharpshooter plumber fired shots that took down Texas church gunman. Wow,
That's
good for
awesome.
this guy.
I want him to fix my pipes.
What?
Ugh.
He's a plumber.
Can we see the guy who got shot? Can we see the shooter?
That's not him.
Yeah, it's
they're doing it.
not
Not her.
Might be her.
It's a non-violence PSA.
Oh.
Before the big violent news story?
Yeah.
Thanks, Nico. This kid's really tearing it up.
Nico is killing it right now. He's rocking the shield. He knows what time it is. Nico time, baby.
Thanks. What should I drink that out of? Oh, right out of his pocket. Can I have a smaller straw next time? He gives me these giant straws, and I always almost knock my coffee over because it's too big.
He wants you to just be able to lean down and drink it.
No, he doesn't. He wants me to fucking move the mic and then hit the straw and knock it over all of my trouser.
Better bigger than smaller. Is that right, Nico? That's why he makes his choices that he does at lunchtime.
That is, what choices are those? Nico, this kid's all prick.
Heavy porn, you think so?
Nico's all prick.
That's right.
Kid's got a giant prick.
Yeah. Kid weighs about 200 pounds. 190 is prick.
Yeah, kid's all prick. So, okay, yeah, let me see the interview with this guy.
There's the Air Life right there. Doctors. Southern Baptist Church right there.
That's not an interview.
It's just a guy driving by.
It's a man who's just saying, like, here's a church.
Here's the church.
Here's the church and here's the steeple.
What a fucking creep this shooter. I guess whenever there's a photo of someone and you realize that was what they did, they looked like a creep.
Plus, they never look for the flattering shot. Like, how many?
Yeah.
First of all, the Las Vegas shooter, the fact that only 2 photos of him exist, every day I fall more into Troy's camp with that one.
Do you think there's something with that?
There's something really, really weird about it.
I'll say this, even Ann Coulter, and I mean, like, she's the authority, but like a lot of people who are not known for necessarily being conspiracy folks are talking about that.
Yeah.
I still think it was just this guy.
The fact that, but it's still, I mean, even if it is, I can believe that, but there's something, it's just weird that no information is out there about it. There's 2 photos of this guy that I've ever seen.
No video of him
in the hotel.
But that stuff may exist.
One of the 2 videos that he's got, one of the 2 photos that's out there, he's blinking in it. Like, there's just nothing about this.
But there's no video of, he videotaped the shooting himself.
But there's also no security cam video of him going into the hotel with all the guns.
Well, that's there, but they just haven't released it.
Yeah, but even, I mean, there's
you would have put out a
security camera
screenshot, like
footage everywhere in Vegas. Like, you would think, and I'm not a conspiracy guy either, but you would think that there would be at least something showing him walking somewhere. Like the terrorist in New York last week, 2 hours later, there was footage of him from a CCTV camera running across the street.
I don't know why. I don't know why. Maybe they suspect someone else helped him, and I don't know. I have no real answer for it. I don't know
we
why.
Wouldn't know because there's no updates from the police.
That's true.
They're done updating.
It's really weird.
They're like, don't worry.
Okay.
Focus on the shooting in Texas. Don't worry about what happened here. That's yesterday.
And they're like, what shooting in Texas? And they're like, oops.
Yeah.
That was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that's right. You think they said that
2 weeks ago?
Fuck me. All right, delayed a week.
Johnny Landergoff fires back. Let's hear what Johnny Landergoff said. This guy, this plumber.
Johnny Langendorf. He was driving past the church when he saw the shooting. And Johnny, can you tell me what happened next?
No, I pulled up to the intersection where the shooting happened, and I saw 2 men exchanging gunfire, the other being a citizen of the community, and the shooter of the church had taken off, fled in his vehicle, and the other gentleman came and he said we needed to pursue him, that he just shot up the church, and so that's what I did. I just acted.
I love that he chased him.
And got him off the road. And
okay. All right, Johnny, it sounds like we may be having a little bit of a technical difficulty. I'm going to try to switch mics here. All right.
And now it's in both.
It's in one channel. Like, just do the fucking interview.
Maybe
man.
someone had the thing and didn't think they could hear him. Because I like it, but I'm glad he made the switch.
So that's not the plumber.
No, it's not. That's the guy who drove.
That's
the
guy
driver of the plumber.
That's the driver, yeah.
That's Luigi,
by the
not
way,
Mario.
has an awesome cowboy hat.
I'll say.
He does have a dope cowboy hat with the turquoise on it.
Yeah.
I bet he wishes he had finished up those neck tats before he was on TV and shit.
Yeah.
He didn't take his toothpick out either.
Nah, he's a fucking Texan.
Well, he's a cool dude.
He doesn't play games.
Say hello to the bad guy.
Yeah.
Again, you said that you heard the, you saw the 2 men exchanging
This
gunfire.
idiot now, this reporter.
And then one
two
of the men,
microphones.
someone you recognized, jumped in the car.
no, I didn't know him at all. I didn't recognize him. He just was a member of the community. And whenever he came to my vehicle in distress and with his weapon, he explained very quickly what happened, and he got in the truck, and I knew that it was just time to.
It was time to go.
Yes, sir.
All right, so tell me about that. Tell me about following this guy. Was it high speed? Was he driving normally all over the place? What was it like?
No, sir. He got a little bit of a jump on us, and so we were doing about 95 down 539, going around traffic and everything. And eventually he came to kind of a slowdown, and after that, we got within just a few feet of him, and then he got off the road.
How did that happen? Did you guys bump him, or did he lose control by himself?
He just lost control, and then that's whenever I put the vehicle in park, because I was still on the phone with dispatch, and the other gentleman jumped out and had his rifle drawn on him, and he didn't move.
I'm sorry, sir.
Great.
Did you just say you were on the phone while driving? We're going to have to alert authorities.
How fast were you going?
Yeah, exactly. Do you know what the speed
He
limit is?
should get a ticket.
I think so.
Absolutely. And the other guy, too.
There's a reason we have rules of the road.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's the other. They're like, all we need is a good guy with a gun. Some people, and they're like, well, we had a good guy with a gun. He still
killed as many people.
Yeah.
However, that guy, that plumber, is a bad motherfucker.
I love that plumber.
That guy's a bad motherfucker.
Love that plumber.
What a bad motherfucker.
And the one thing that really brought me joy was, the media. Their first report was because a congressman went on CNN. A congressperson.
We talked about this.
And I'm sorry, Jim. I know how you feel about gender. But a congressperson went on CNN and reported that Sam Hyde. Had been responsible for. No, Sam Hyde had been responsible for the shooting. He had just heard that, he said. And CNN went with it for a little bit. Because I turned on CNN
Hope
after.
they don't say Sam's Hyde, because there's probably cum on it.
I'm so glad. Travis loved it, but he didn't turn his mic on.
Travis, did you like that one?
Yeah.
He loved it in there, and he didn't turn his mic on. Thank God.
Oh, just come on your back.
Well, my hide.
Yeah.
On my bottom.
So stupid. We're talking about a terrible.
I know. I don't know why Jim does that.
I can't help it. You said Sam Hyde. What am I going to do? Sit here quietly sipping coffee?
Yeah. Thinking about the kid's bum again. Yeah, but the congressman said Sam Hyde, and CNN went with it for a little bit because I turned on CNN at some point on Sunday, and they were like, "Yeah, we're told Sam Hyde is the name of the shooter that was responsible for this." Sam Hyde is a meme. It's an alt-right meme that they kind of just.
Wow.
It's just a silly thing that they put out there to try to get people all like wrapped up in it. And I loved. I mean, you don't have to agree with it politically, the alt-right or whatever, to love that they do this with memes, because the point of the joke is that all the media is so desperate to get the story first.
Is that Sam Hyde?
It's not even a real.
No, but is that the meme?
Yes,
okay.
And that's the photo that was posted. That's the meme. It's a comedian. Like he's like it's a character. It's not real life.
Wow, it's so crazy how bad they are. Meaning they want to get the story so fast.
Yeah,
they won't do their homework.
And that photo and the name Sam Hyde they've tried to put that on every shooter. Every shooter in the last year and a half. They've tried to say Sam Hyde did it.
I'm going to do that too.
Why are you going to? What do you mean? With Sam Hyde?
No, put myself with a knife.
Yeah, they're already doing it. And they were successful with it. Why would you? No.
Wow, good for them.
Yeah, and they actually got it through this time. But it's so, like, all you need to do is put a name. It takes 5 seconds. You don't even
being told it's Bad Luck Brian?
A girl walked in and kicked everybody to death in a poor dancing.
We're seeing here the last words of one of the victims were Omer Gerd.
Omer Gerd shooter.
Yeah, I mean, all you have to do is Google the name.
It's great. Is that a 4chan thing?
Yeah, 4chan started it.
I hope 4chan takes over Chip Chipperson one day and just completely makes it their own.
Can you imagine?
Why, they don't like Chip?
No, because they would take the character and take it completely out of your control and like make it so that now.
Do you really think it's in my control at this point?
Nah, I don't. They would take it fully out of your alter ego's control. They would take it out of Chip's control, and they would make Chip Chipperson mean this other thing completely.
Then you would just be a guy doing a show based on this meme.
Right. You're right. They would change the narrative completely.
God bless them.
I think you would embrace it, right? Yeah. Yeah, they would just shift it and make it about something else, like this.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is, you want to hear
I do want to hear this guy.
Representative, the Congress person on CNN, letting the anchor woman know what he knows.
Anchor person.
Do you know anything about the attacker?
We don't. It was reported to me that he's actually not from this community. Apparently, his name was released as Sam Hyde. That was the name I was given. We don't know any more details.
Do you know anything?
This is the equivalent of him jumping on and going like, yes, I'm actually being told that the shooter went by the name Baba Booey. It's the same. It's the same
how
thing.
irresponsible is it? Like, if you're not even sure, to just give someone's name?
Because you want to give the
right.
You want to get the scoop. You want to get credit.
This guy's a politician. He's not even a news guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Even I know every shooting. Like, you end up with some mugshot of a guy who didn't do anything. And now you want to be the guy to put out the mugshot of the guy who didn't do anything. Poor Sam Hyde. Poor Sam Hyde is innocent of all of this. Sam Hyde is innocent. We should make posters that say Sam Hyde is innocent.
I want to see the fucking plumber talk. Is the plumber interviewed?
I don't know.
Oh, maybe he's not.
That might be.
Oh, that might be what they're saying.
Yeah, the plumber stuff is new as far as
Johnny Langendorf. Anyone whose name ends in 2 F's, I like.
Yeah,
Langendorf.
I like this plumber better than Joe the plumber.
Joe the plumber, really just a regular guy.
Well, the heart and soul of America.
Sharpshooter.
I know
plumber.
one thing about him. He's great at being a plumber.
Well,
and he shoots bad guys.
Who does this guy look like? Go down a little bit, Troy. To the
Sam Hyde?
Yeah, no. The
D-bag.
the actual shooter. Is that? That's who he looks like. There you go.
D-bag.
Yep.
Derek, who used to work here.
Yep.
That's who he looks like.
Yeah, we're ready.
If he grew his hair out a little bit, that's exactly. You put the photo of that guy next to the cocksucker red lipstick photo of D-bag.
Absolutely.
D-bag doesn't have that much ambition.
Hello, sir. How are you?
He doesn't.
Welcome,
Chad,
Chad.
what's going on, man?
What's happening?
How are you? Nice to meet you. Welcome.
Good to see you, man.
See you. How are
we
you?
are
I'm
live.
good. Okay.
Well, I love your shoes.
Thank you. I love yours. Are those real old or
No,
new old?
these came out in 2016.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I
They're not that great.
They're not as great as.
They're not that great.
No, they're not.
No, but they
Can
look
I have a
good.
shoe
Thank
compliment too?
Oh, that's like the custodial engineer, but you're like at a high level. You're not like pushing the cart. You're white collar.
They really should be.
So he's not
cleaning vomit up.
or male nurse shoe.
They are.
Yeah, male nurse shoe. Look
I'm
at
the
those.
male nurse clown.
You have like a multicolored. What kind of sneakers are those?
Those are Adidas.
It's Adidas.
Oh, okay.
Adidas.
My son saw. Well, I'm shopping somewhere that I shouldn't have been. Probably like a Barney's or some fancy place, and he's like, "Oh, Dad, those are really cool. You should get those." And I'm like, They look for you. They're have
every
like
color of the rainbow. They're
yeah,
the
and they're fuzzy. They're like
oh yeah, they're made out of like carpet material.
Yeah, it's really something. There you go.
Will you
Take a
buy
picture.
something? Will you buy something that you might necessarily like just because like your son says it's cool and you're like, well, everyone wants their son to kind of think they're cool. Would you buy stuff that you wouldn't normally?
Yes, which was this?
That was one of those purchases?
purchase. I mean, I like a shoe. I like a comfortable tennis shoe, and they're comfortable and it gives me something to talk about on the radio.
And you shop at Barney's. Would your fans? It's really weird how fans expect like the musicians or whatever it is to be a certain way. Would your fans be surprised at some of the places you go for your clothes? Like, oh, we thought he was shopping at Target.
I've been known to shop at Target.
You have Target.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I just go wherever. I'm not like exclusive. Although I do have a shopper.
Yeah,
a personal shop.
Do you have a personal shop? What is a personal shop? Oh, people do have them.
Chopper. Yeah, it's a Chopper.
Everything is French in here.
Right.
No, that's just no. I no one bothers me. The only people that bother me are the people who want to come up to me and say, "I think you're so funny. You're just so funny. I loved you in Alf and all that." So
I love you on SNL.
Yeah, those are the only things I get.
You
like
and Zach Galifianakis in the campaign. Yeah.
Sporting events and airports.
It really is.
Those are kind of the places where I get it. The rest of the time, no one bothers. So I go anywhere I want.
I have to tell you, like, it's like, I mean, I'm sure you've gotten this a million times, but like.
By the way, we're talking to Chad Smith.
Who's Jim and who's Sam? Because I just rolled into
Trust me, yeah, I'm Jim.
That's Jim.
Who's
right,
Jim?
That's Jim right there.
Yeah,
he's pointing. I wish that was
Who are
Jim.
you?
That's
Handsome Rob.
Handsome Rob.
Handsome Rob.
Good looking
Ugly
as
Sam,
hell.
and mediocre Jim.
But like when you said, I've seen it in photos I've seen
Rob's
before.
handling a lot of equipment.
Yeah, he does. That's how he got the gig.
He's got big equipment.
He sure does.
That's why he's handsome.
Absolutely, kid's all dick.
Yeah.
But when you said
There's a handsome dick though.
It sure is.
In New York.
Is there?
The Handsome Dick Manitoba.
Oh, yeah, he works here.
Of course he does. You
Dick
didn't know
Manitoba works here.
No,
yeah.
I didn't know
Handsome
that.
Dick is a legend.
Yeah, yeah.
What kind of radio?
Like I don't know what kind of radio, but he was like in a band, a great band.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway,
I didn't know.
and he owned a club for a while.
The resemblance that you have to Will Ferrell, now that I'm seeing you in person,
I don't know what you're talking about.
is goddamn uncanny. Like it's the craziest thing I ever saw in my life.
Not true.
When did you realize? Like when did the confusion start? When did Will Ferrell get famous enough that you started getting mistaken for Will Ferrell?
My God.
Well, I don't want to dwell on this too long. It's really sensitive and it upsets me a lot.
I know. I can
Okay,
tell.
I'm gonna get really mad here in a minute. I thought you guys were cool,
right?
And fucking cool shoes and stuff.
See, you and Will Ferrell are on TV together, right? By the way, but you're wearing the same clothes, so people are just gonna make the mistake. You should dress different.
That was a mistake.
That was a Jimmy Fallon mistake.
Oh, just wardrobe error.
When did Will Ferrell get famous enough that you?
Yeah, I'll tell you what my one first meeting with Will Ferrell's story, and then we're not going to talk about it anymore.
Ever again.
Yeah. Ever. Shan't. He was on SNL, and he was in a film called. He had a bit part in a movie called Ladies Man.
Sure, yeah.
Ladies Man, the Courvoisier, that guy. It was one of those offshoots from one of their skits that wasn't so funny.
It wasn't great.
The movie was terrible.
Right, yeah, no, you're right.
Anyway, he's in it, and a bunch of SNL people are in it. And at the time, I was dating this woman that worked for the Paramount, and there's a screening, and you go to these things where they show the film to the cast and people that work for it, and to get excited and yay. And I go, not knowing that he would be there. And at the time, I was getting it a little bit. This is probably 2000, 2001, and he was on SNL. And, he was Will Ferrell on SNL. He wasn't the big comedian movie star at this point, but I was getting it a little bit. Hey, you kind of look like that guy. Oh, yeah, really? Okay. Anyway, film's over. You go, and they have, those buffet spreads, and you can go get your food and go eat and sit down. And I see him standing over by the shrimp. And I'm like, I'm not going to go up to the guy. Like, hey, man, if people tell me, I'm like, I'm not going to, no way I'm going to do that. So I go and I'm getting my chicken skewers, and there's a guy in between us, and then Will's over there. I think it was the shrimp or the crab legs. He went for the expensive stuff. And as we both have our plates of food, we turn, and the gentleman that's between us walks away, and we both turn to each other, and I kind of look at him, and he looks at me, and I got to give it to him. He kind of looks me up and down, and he goes, "You're very handsome," and walked away. It was good. I go, "It's funny.
That's great.
You're funny.
That's great."
So later on, years later, we see each other, and the whole thing. He goes, "I don't. Do you remember that?" He goes, "No." I'm like, "Well, you were really funny." But anyway, yeah, that he did the whole thing of. There's no Will Ferrell, there's only Chad Smith, and I challenge him to the drum off, see how good of a drummer you are, and you got your thing. And we raised a lot of money and turned into some weird viral thing. I thought this would put it to rest.
Didn't.
Okay. No, nothing. It only
made it worse, didn't it?
Yeah.
What a pain in the ass.
What a fucking pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Will Ferrell.
That's right.
Yeah, you get sick of it? You obviously handled it well, but you don't get sick of it?
I mean, people think they're really fun. Hey, Will, okay.
Got it.
That's a good one.
You're
the first one, actually. You're the first one to do that.
That's really original. No,
You were talking
it's
about
just goofy. Two guys that kind of look like each other, and it's this whole thing and whatever. I mean, obviously we made something out of it, and because of the Tonight Show, but
You were talking about shopping with your son and him telling you to buy shoes that are cool and stuff. Does he realize that you're cool? Does he get that?
He doesn't really think I'm cool. Like my oldest son, who's now 12, but when I got these shoes, I don't remember. It was probably 5 years ago, but. Now he kind of he gets it, but he doesn't. I don't think he thinks I'm cool. The only thing that a couple years ago I played the drums to the Batman Lego movie theme.
That's cool.
And I was cool with him for about 2 minutes.
Because you were something he liked.
My dad.
That was it.
Thinks he's funny in the car with my bros.
Do you have any physical injury? Drummers always seem to break down because it's just a grueling way to make a living, like the shoulders or the arms. Do you have any problems?
I'm a perfect, healthy specimen.
Believe me, I'd say so by looking at you.
Look at you.
Who wears a wool jacket
with no?
That's a rock shirt. That's a rock star.
Yeah,
a rock
no
shirt.
Look how happy those guys are. Yeah, right.
He's wearing a jacket with no.
You are. All the dudes around here are psyched, man. You gave them exactly what they wanted.
Chad not wearing a shirt with a suit.
That's a rock star thing in sneakers.
I tell you what, I woke up this morning and I traveled from LA yesterday, and I'm like, shit. I didn't bring a shirt for my suit. That's the truth. I brought the shoes.
But you're like, I can pull this off, though.
But I'm like, all right, I'll just go for the buttoned up thing, and yeah. Anyway,
But that's
no,
a reminder to people that
go
you're
back.
Chad Smith, you know?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a fashion statement. No,
Exactly.
I don't. I've been marble, whatever this is.
Sure.
Granite.
Plastic.
Yeah. More like.
Yeah, it's cheap.
And Sirius XM.
It's not expensive.
They don't have a lot of money.
They have it. They don't spend
They're
it.
loaded.
Exactly.
They don't spend
Yeah.
it. Yeah, they keep it.
They keep
They keep it for
That's
themselves.
what-
Yeah.
You know, I've been fortunate that I have not had any serious drum-related injuries. I've crashed on my motorcycle and done stuff, and baseball, broken arms and stuff, but no, you know, and you know, I'm a physical drummer, and it's not a natural motion to hit things thousands of times really hard and swing your arms around and whatnot. So, yeah, it's really prevented. I just do more preventative stuff, like there's inflammation, and I don't want to get too thing about it, but we have a guy that comes out with us, and it's like a football team. It's kind of a, you know, we're in there with our ice packs and stretching and you know, I exercise a little bit, but yeah, but it's also, I found the older that you get, it's like a use it or lose it thing. If I stop playing for a while, that's not necessarily really good.
Are you?
So I'm playing tonight.
You joined in
Or tomorrow.
'88, right? You got with those guys in '88, the Chili Peppers.
Yes, I joined 1988.
How long were they in existence before you joined?
They started in 1983.
Okay, and so they were already 5 years together.
Yeah.
And there was just a thing for an audition, and you went, or did you know one of them?
Nope. Yep. First.
Okay.
Yep.
There was a thing for an
Audition. I didn't know them. I had moved from from Detroit, Michigan, where I grew up. And I moved in August, and in December, it was a friend of a friend thing, and we're there looking for a drummer. And I wasn't like a big fan of the band or anything. I was like, oh, yeah, the guys with the socks and the dicks. Yeah, I've heard of them. They got a record deal? I'll try out for them. That'd be great. And here we are.
Right. Now you're one of the
30
guys
years
with
later.
the socks on your dick.
I would never do that.
No, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Did you do any photo shoots like that? They did.
Yes! It was like the second photo shoot. I think it was like Spin Magazine, when there was Spin Magazine anymore. I don't know. Back then, it was a, you know, publication you wanted to be in. And yeah, I joined the band. We start rehearsing right away. We're writing songs. And then, we got to do this summer swimsuit issue or something for Spin Magazine. Oh, Spin Magazine. Okay. And of course, they had us with socks on our dicks, like on the rocks in Malibu somewhere. And I'm looking around and I'm going, I think I'm in the band now. I think this is it.
I got my uniform.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a rite of passage.
Whose idea was that? Somebody tells me
What
that
are you looking at over there?
Anthony Kiedis is the one who pushed all this because he's in good shape, and he's probably, hey, let's just put socks on our dick. Let's just show everything but our dick. I'm guessing all this is his idea because he's in good shape.
wants to show off his body.
You want to show off what kind of good shape you're in.
I got
Fuck girls.
pecs. Look at my pecs.
Yeah, well, do you know how that came into existence? Them all kind of being half naked everywhere?
The sock thing was...
Or just the idea of being naked everywhere. They're naked nude everywhere.
They just love being nude.
They love
you
being
love
nude.
being nude.
I
Yeah.
dude, if I didn't have to have a suit on because I don't wear shirts.
Right.
I have no underwear on.
It's good to know.
I can't do that. It's
You don't need
uncomfortable.
to know that.
Just
I know.
the suit.
Rob likes
I wouldn't do that to you, handsome Dick Manitoba, not. But I think that the whole... It's for one thing, the way we perform is very physical, and so you get hot and it's easy, you know, clothing optional.
Sure.
But that started a long time ago, and I think the sock thing was, I think, a long time ago. Before I joined, the band played like I think it was a strip club in Hollywood, like the Cat Club or something. I can't remember the name, the Pussycat Club, something, and. So they kind of wanted to outdo the strippers, so to speak, a little bit, and I think that's where the sock was born. Yeah.
Wait,
you guys You guys needed to show more skin.
Yeah.
You just did. Was it James Corden the guy? You just did the backseat, the car karaoke. You did.
We did.
How come two of you have shirts on that, and two of you are nude?
I don't know.
Two of you are nude.
Yeah.
What's with you?
I'm like, just curious.
That's really what he's obsessed with.
No,
right?
yeah,
he just
what's
wants to
going
know
on?
the
Here's
nude
why.
trivia.
No, because we were
What?
talking about it. You mentioned the sock thing. I wasn't thinking that, but you mentioned it. So now you got me on this whole sock on a cock thing. We have to finish.
So we have to finish.
But no,
He's not even close to
we
finish.
have to finish.
Right.
He said.
But
and
two-
Jim's only halfway there.
But two are dressed and two aren't. What happened?
What happened? I don't know. I don't know. James Corden. Who wants to see that guy without a shirt?
Yeah,
on?
it's
yeah. But I don't know. Flea had us
Flea's
boxed
naked.
in. I don't know.
And Anthony's naked. And James is naked.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe that day. Well, Josh, I know Josh, our guitarist, who's on the right. He has like 7 layers of clothes on. We take our shirts off and actually give it to him.
Oh,
he wears our clothes.
That way you don't lose them.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was a contractual thing about the.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
I love that Jim's obsessed with this.
But aren't you? I thought it
two
was very
original
funny.
guys get to take their shirts off.
Well, now that we're talking about it, how often do the socks fall off? That's what people.
How do they keep them on? I mean, mine stay on, obviously.
All right, this is the last song.
Last one. Last one.
This is and we have. By the way, we haven't brought up Will Ferrell since we promised.
Absolutely not. We've
switched.
Just
did. Shit.
I'm leaving.
Shit.
You have to stuff your balls into the sock. That's what holds them up.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
That'd be nerve-wracking.
No.
Do you wear them on sets, too? If you have to do a sex scene, you have to wear like a sock?
But that's like a special.
Yeah.
No, we weren't supposed to talk about this. After he said the balls thing, we were not supposed to talk about the socks. We're not doing it anymore.
No more sock talk.
Don't worry, Chad.
No more sock talk.
I've got
Moving
Jeff
on.
under control.
You go home tonight. You get a nice athletic tube sock. Stick your balls and your dick in it, and dance around and see if it stays on.
Okay.
I am
Of course
not.
I'm going to. It's a Monday.
And that's just a Monday. That's just a regular Monday night for you.
Of course, that's what I do.
Good.
Was there ever any like when the band, because the band's changed their sound throughout the years, obviously, as every good band does, they evolve. But I'm always curious when bands do that, if there's like arguments amongst the members of what this should sound like, because it sounds different, and this is going to now sound like that. Like how do you guys determine that?
Oh, that's not a preconceived like thing. Like, oh, we're going to sound like this now, or we're going to sound like that now. It's just a organic, natural evolvement of, like you say, bands change, and hopefully they do. I think it's important as a band to change and grow, and creatively. So, yeah, it's just what you're into, what we're all into at the time. You play and hear what you like and what you don't like. We make suggestions, like,
right?
How about this? And what do you think about that? And more like this and less like that. I mean, normal stuff to us. But we've been together so long, I think it's really important to change and grow and come up with new sounds and new things that you're interested in and integrate that into your thing. And, I would say the biggest change for us lately, I mean, obviously with Josh Klingenhofer joining our band and being the guitar player is a huge voice in our band, but also having Danger Mouse do our last record.
Yeah.
In the production side, sonically, it was definitely a different sound, and we wrote in the studio, which is different for us. But all those things, we want to keep moving forward and challenging ourselves to grow.
When you go back a few years and you have and Give It Away becomes the hit that it became, is there?
Is it a hit?
It was a pretty big hit.
Okay.
A lot of people liked it.
They do. We play it actually at the end of our concert. People like it.
And you're performing tonight, by the way. Sorry to interrupt you, but they
No,
want
I'm
us
not.
for Landmarks live in concert. It's Friday at 10 o'clock. Sorry.
Are we here to plug my show?
That's right.
Yeah, of course.
We're not just going to talk about Dix and Will Ferrell?
That's right.
Landmarks.
Awesome.
You weren't supposed to bring them up
Only
again.
10 minutes in.
You weren't supposed to bring them up
I'm
again.
sorry.
By the
Yeah,
way.
you did.
Take
Now-
that out. Take that out.
Now we
Cut that
get,
part out.
Now it's open.
we get
Fuck
one
yeah.
question each now. But yes, Landmark live in concert Friday at 10 p.m.
Landmarks.
Landmarks. That's
Sorry about that.
Live.
The Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
and
I
Foo
got the Foo Fighters at the Acropolis in Athens, Greece. How about that?
That's amazing.
It is amazing.
So here's my question before we get there.
Okay.
Is there ever a consideration to be like, oh, that kind of rapping, singing thing, like everybody's obsessed with that right now because that song just came out? Are you guys like, oh my God, we want to keep having hits like this. We should just do that all the time. Because bands do that, right? They make these terrible mistakes where they get influenced by the one hit and you try to do a follow-up and it's just terrible. You guys were always smart enough to not
I'm
do
shaking my head.
Shaking his head, no.
I'm shaking my head.
That's good.
What he said.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's good that
No, I mean, you
didn't do
did
that.
it. Why do it again?
Right.
I mean, and
Because
believe
money.
it.
That's why people do it again.
Yeah.
'Cause
That's why
money.
I would do it again.
Yeah.
But it's never as good. You can't.
is
I
never
don't
as
think
good.
so. I mean, unless you're the Beatles or something, maybe. But even that, I don't know. It's like no.
You would do it twice, Jim?
I would do nothing.
just
but
try to
I
give it away
I
over
would
and
do
over?
nothing until they literally rang the cloth, and it didn't change form when they let it go. Yeah, I certainly would.
Are you married? You got a wife?
No,
Oh, I didn't
don't.
think so.
I'm single and confused.
was gonna say, I really feel sorry for you.
Are you married or no?
Oh yeah.
Now, but how tempting is that? Like, obviously you're in a band that's known for like sexuality. How hard is it to be faithful? Maybe now it's easy, but when you first start, like years ago, it's got to be difficult.
I wasn't good at it.
You weren't, right?
No.
Did you get caught?
Yes.
How'd you get caught?
Phone.
Oh, it's the worst, right?
Blackberries. Remember when you could pin on the Blackberry? It was a pin, like you could do the secret message.
BBM, yeah.
Or whatever it was, like, nah, that's not.
Wait, did she see something on your phone, or did you send the wrong thing?
No. She saw it on my phone.
I fucked up too. It happens. Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
Sure.
I shouldn't say I'm okay. I'm okay with it now. I'm still married, but I was a real scumbag.
Jim's got a great story about how he got caught texting. I know it might be a bit. I don't want to set you up for something.
I just hit the wrong button. I was trying to look at it, and I'm not kidding. I printed it. It was a 7-page PDF. Every detail in a PDF.
Huge.
And my girlfriend went to the computer to get something out. She was taking a college class at the time, and she brought my PDF 7-page thing into, and she's like, the only reason she didn't stab me is because she saw it.
That kind of makes me look not so bad.
Printed
or at least
out.
not that dumb.
He printed out the text.
I didn't mean to.
I know you didn't.
And it's like hard.
So when she brought this over to you,
when you read it, she woke me up. She woke me up the next
Of course she did.
Jim,
with a gun.
She woke me up like that. But it was I get how it happens. Oh yeah, fucking Karen
standing over him. Jim's going, Karen.
Yeah, I don't love her.
Karen, I love you. I hit the wrong button.
Yeah. I was just going to pay her.
Henry.
Oh, she got so mad. She's like, your little fucking LOLs and your emojis. Oh,
you don't do that to me.
But it's embarrassing when you look. But people know, like women. I think women accept that shit a little better than men would. Like, she knows, like, all right, look, he's a rock star, whatever. He fucked up. I think women handle that a little bit better than we would if it was in reverse. I think they're a little more willing to forgive and move on if you promise to change your ways than I would be.
Okay. All right. I'll go. I'm backing you on that one.
You think so? Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, but you have to change your ways.
Yeah,
you can't
it's
say
hard,
you're going to change your ways, or throw out the printer.
or stop printing.
But okay, let me ask you this: you have an iPhone,
fax machine?
Yeah, dude. Do you have text banners come up, or did you learn like I did? Oh, you turn those fucking things off.
You mean the previews?
In 2005, I turned those off. the previews.
I like the whole Safari history delete.
Oh yeah.
Private browsing, my friend.
Gonski.
That private browsing window is not there for mistakes. Yeah. That's for a reason.
It took me a while to get on board with that thing.
Chad, we could talk to you for a long time.
I'm watching porn all the time? How do you know that?
God. What are you, a wizard?
Yes. What are you, a mind reader? Anyway, go ahead.
I would love to talk to you for hours, but they're making us
we're on a schedule.
Get rid of you. Yes. I want to tell people that's a UFC thing, but I want to tell people about your show, which is Landmarks Live in Concert Friday at 10 p.m. on PBS. This is an amazing gig for you because you get to host the thing, and there are amazing bands playing in amazing places. You're talking about like Black Eyed Peas is doing all kinds of stuff.
Well, Will.i.am, not the Peas, but Will.i.am was in London. One of a P.
A P. One of the P's in London.
One of the P's. But it's Brad Paisley. He was like a ripping guitar player. I had no idea. He's ripping. He played in West Virginia where he grew up.
That's awesome.
Outside the football stadium that he went to. Alicia Keys, who's from Harlem, grew up there by the Apollo Theater. So you see where I'm going here.
Yeah.
And, Foo Fighters, the Acropolis, there's no connection other than the Acropolis is an unbelievable 2,500-year-old venue that no rock band's ever played. And then coming up, we've got a P.
Right.
And we also have, I did the Kings of Leon in Memphis where they grew up. And I get to go to like the Martin Luther King Museum and Sun Records, play drums in Sun Records and Graceland, and so I go to different places as well, and then the bands and the music, and it's pretty cool.
So it's a fun gig. They just fly you all over and send you to great places,
right?
And you just get the host.
Cool
That's awesome.
And they're like, "Who do you want?" And I'm like, "I want my friends," or not all of them, but like, it's pretty great. PBS is pretty cool. I have to say, they've been pretty good about it so far. So good.
Well, Foo Fighters is an amazing band to have on the show.
Yeah,
so they're going to be on this Friday,
and it's RHCP Chad on Twitter if you want to follow Chad on Twitter.
Yeah.
And thanks. This was the last minute. They literally just told us before that you were coming in.
Me in with you guys?
Yeah, it was good.
Who canceled? Somebody important.
No, we don't have any guests. Nobody wants to talk to us.
No, yeah. You're our guest.
I understand why now.
I know. At least, all right.
Actually, we were supposed to have Will Ferrell in here.
Motherfucker.
Last minute.
Snuck that in. Look
You're
at
very snide. I don't care for that at all.
Yeah. Will Ferrell was supposed to come in here with a sock on his dick. So.
I don't know who you're talking about.
All right, man. Thank you very much. It was a lot of fun talking to you.
Pleasure. Thank
Bye,
you.
Chad. Rather frustrated. I thank you, Sam, for doing that read. I was upstairs, and I come back, and my headphones are warm now.
I just used them for a second.
I don't like it.
Precious.
My
You used to live in
headphones.
a house-
Would you like that, Troy?
No, not at all.
Hold on, Troy. Mike, am I wrong or crazy?
No, that's awful. You used to live in a house with black mold and fuck prostitutes in the driveway of your parent's house.
Yeah, so what?
Sorry, your
Like,
headphones
exactly.
are warm from 60 seconds of use.
Well, no, what you're
because
saying is
you
from
were
a
too
great
busy
life.
shitting.
You're saying for those great things, all of a sudden to this. Yeah, it's because I had an emergency. I was like, there's no way I could even sit through the break and do this read. I have to shit.
You had emergency?
Dude, I was jogging, and as I'm jogging, it's literally jostling. Picture a fucking Glad bag full of liquid. Shucker, 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 shucker,
No,
shucker.
you're right. Warm headphones are gross.
That was my stomach. My fucking innards were like stew. It was like a bouillabaisse. I fucking went upstairs and dropped a bouillabaisse.
How did it smell? Good or bad?
Oh. And I was wiping. Whenever I wipe, I stand and lean forward.
You're grossing out beautiful Nico in
And I
there.
dropped the toilet paper and it rolled under the stall next to me. I was so humiliated. And then I just see a hand come up under and hand it to me. I'm like, thank
Here
you.
you go. I never would have handed it to anybody. I don't understand people who do that. I don't understand the mentality.
Well, for you, it would have been a signal. You probably would have, tapped back.
That's not true.
Little pricks.
I get what you. No, I understand. But when a roll of toilet
Whoever
paper,
told you that you could work with men?
when a roll of toilet paper rolls under the stall, it's a sign that maybe, just maybe, the person next to you has no toilet paper,
And then their hiney might be dirty.
And that's one of the great things that could happen to anybody in their day.
You want someone to have a dirty hiney and no paper?
Yes, one of the great things that could happen to you is the person next to you has a dirty buttocks and no toilet paper.
And can we say, by the way, Travis told us in between the breaks that they were
I
giving
didn't tell you anything.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, there's a rumor that somebody was. Well, you're allowed to tell us. We're the hosts. That he was getting a hard time from the publicist who, like, I get
hard times.
I get that they want us to talk
They were
about.
giving you hard times.
Hard times.
No, you mean the publicist was going in there and giving you hard times.
Hard times.
What are hard times?
Hard times. Go on now and talk about the project. Hard time when they ain't talking about the project. Hard times.
Are hard times when they got Chad Smith and they won't stop talking about his cock?
They got a drummer talking about his prick. Hard times.
Hard times are when they won't bring up the Foo
Hard
Fighters?
times. They won't talk about Grease.
Grease.
They got mad because they thought like we weren't talking about the project enough. And it's like, this is what publicists don't understand. Nobody wants to only hear a guy like Chad Smith. We're going to mention what you're promoting. Of course we are. But we have to talk to the guy for 25 minutes. 25 minutes of, hey, tell us all about the project. People tune out. You have a guy in one of the biggest rock bands of all time, and you only talk about the project. It doesn't work that way. That works for a quick TV hit, a 6-minute interview, and then a minute is wrapped up, and you chat, and you get a really basic interview. If you're talking for 25 minutes on the radio, you're going to mix it up and talk about other stuff. We're going to promote your stuff. I will do it after he leaves.
I was told. Actually, this one actually wasn't Travis that told me. First one, but the second one, this one actually wasn't Travis.
Okay.
I was told that the publicist might have made a request to somebody around here, or whoever was in there made a request to somebody around here that they get to speak with the interviewers before all of Chad's interviews after hours, that they speak to the host.
I heard that as well.
That is really
which made me
delusional.
think. I was like, yeah, if only we had been spoken to before our interview, maybe it wouldn't have gone so far off the rails to have a guy like Chad Smith actually having a good time with us.
Yeah, I know. He had fun with us. Sorry we had a real chat with the guy. It wasn't like we grilled him. We talked about things that people would like, at least the Will Ferrell thing. He talked about cheating. Sam raised this point in
Sock
the break.
in the cock?
Sock on the... How are we not going to ask about that? Sam raised the point that you have to, if a guy's hosting a show... One of the important things is that you learn, hey, this is a guy I would want to watch as a host.
Up until 40 minutes ago, I had no idea that Chad Smith had any personality to speak of.
Yeah, I didn't know much about him.
And, you know, I'm sure he's done interviews before. I'm sure other people are like, what are you talking about, man? I love the fucking Chili Peppers, and he's hilarious. I understand. But most people, well, a lot of people would probably be in my camp that would say, who knew that Chad Smith had any personality whatsoever?
He was great.
After today's interview, I find myself in the camp of saying Chad Smith has a hell of a personality.
And
Quite a personality. I'd like to see him host a goddamn show now.
100%, and it sounds like a great gig. The Foo Fighters playing, were they playing in the Coliseum?
No.
Or the Metropolis? I mean, it's in Greece.
Yeah, Acropolis.
Acropolis, sorry. But I mean, like, what do you want us to say about
Acropolis, I don't know. That's the name of the pizza place in Syracuse.
Oh, is that wrong?
Metropolis is a large city.
Okay. But wait, what is the place that they're playing?
Someplace in Greece.
Exactly. Oh, so you don't know either.
Oh, look
He doesn't know
at
either.
boy
It's hard to
genius
say.
in there. Yeah, it's hard to say because you can't fucking read, idiots.
Yeah, where are they playing?
Can't even read.
How do you spell it?
This kid can't even read.
How do you play it? How do you spell it?
I don't know. It's on the sheet.
I don't have the sheet in front of me. I threw it out.
Oh, wow. Looks like someone doesn't appreciate my work.
No.
So sorry to interrupt.
Hang on.
But the publicists have to understand, like,
We call this shit poop.
Acropolis. We can't.
I was right. Acropolis. That's what I said.
We can't just talk about nothing
dickhead
but the
Travis is.
project. Nobody wants to hear about that for 25 minutes.
It's not interesting, especially
Nobody wants to hear that.
It's a guy who's in a rock band. I'm not going to interview Chad Smith about the Foo Fighters. Like, that's crazy talk.
So tell us how it happened. Well, behind the scene, it's this great show we have where bands play in different places. He mentioned Alicia Keys. He mentioned them. He mentioned the Kings of Leon. He got the plug in. It sounds like a great show.
You know, guys, I started. I'm the drummer for the Foo Fighters. Yeah, guy. I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about that.
Tell us about the project.
Yeah, just Grease, please. Grease.
Well, the project's a lot of fun. We go to these different places. He did tell us all that stuff. So what he told us in the last 2 minutes or 3 minutes, the publicist would have had that go for 25 minutes. And what they don't understand, look, they have a job to do. They have to promote this thing. They have to make sure that their client's happy. I get it. But nobody wants to listen to 25 minutes of, well, how'd that happen? How'd you get the production team called? They made it happen. I don't know. They arranged it. They just told me we're doing it, and I said, great. That's what you're going to get.
The idea of these interviews, right? It's
crazy.
It's a trade-off. Like, it will benefit you guys theoretically to have hang out with Chad Smith for a little while on your show. Yeah, true. Yeah. There's a benefit to our show for that. The benefit to the Chad Smith camp is we'll plug your project that you're working on. But there's no benefit to our show if it's just like, we're going to actually turn your show into the Chad Smith infomercial. And
Yeah.
we're like, no, I don't want to do that.
And he was looking around like, what's going on? But he was having a good time. He was a fun guy. He's a fun interview. He's a ball breaker. He was funny. The minute he walked in, I like this dude.
But that became, that Chad Smith interview has become, in our list, that was one of our controversial interviews. When we put together the best of one day, that's all the most controversial interviews, that Chad Smith chat that you just heard, that good-natured chat, that will be on the list of controversial interviews that we've done.
And this is not even, I'm not saying, this is not a fuck you to the public. It's just, they got to understand what people, having a conversation with somebody when you're promoting is valuable. Boring people by only giving details of a project. Chad Smith, I'm sure, is a good talker and could do a good job talking about that. You can't do that for 25 minutes.
No.
You know who could do that for 25 minutes? Coppola, talking about Apocalypse Now. If he talked about the Hearts of Darkness shit,
yeah,
you get 25 minutes out of it.
Yeah, we can get you Coppola, but he only wants to talk about the new Apocalypse Now DVD. Is that okay? Yeah, we can do that.
But Chad Smith talking, and you know what? When you listen to that, you're right. He's a guy, he has a personality, he's funny. That's a guy I would watch host a show. The Foo Fighters are excellent. They're playing in a place, and where they're playing doesn't mean anything. To listeners, it's like, oh yeah, that's cool. It's cool for 10 seconds.
Matter of fact, they'll be playing in your living room, just tuned to PBS.
Nobody gives a shit. Like, it's cool to know, but the bottom line is the band we love, they're a great band. Okay, so they're going to be doing a great show. We'll watch it.
Right.
Now the host, let's just talk and have a good time with the host. That's how it works.
Right, exactly. We answered the question today. Why don't you just show the Foo Fighters concert? We just watched the concert. Why you need a host for? And you're like, oh.
That's why.
Because that's a cool dude.
Because he's a cool guy, and he's a fun guy to hang out with, and he's got a personality, so he probably has fun in this show to watch.
Speaking of fun guys to hang out with.
I am.
I
almost shit my pants.
No, that is fun. That's a lot of fun. Just the unpredictability of it. But a couple of the boys got themselves some iPhone X's over the weekend. I've been calling him iPhone sex just because, it's a little edgy.
It's fair enough. It's
yeah,
funny.
it's a little edgy.
It's cool. It's out there.
Yeah, man. That's what I'm going for. It's a little out there. It's a little, it's like us here at the asylum.
Ooh.
Just a little dangerous, a little out
I'll
there.
say.
Travis and Handsome Rob both got iPhone X's, which...
Cool. iPhone 10?
Do they call it iPhone 10?
Yeah, it's not an iPhone X. It's iPhone 10.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna wait.
I prefer the 4.
I think I heard that the last time we brought this up.
You did.
But
probably gonna hear it again.
You bet you. fucking Jimmy Two Thoughts.
Does that mean we're waiting for the iPhone 9?
Yeah, I don't get it.
So you got the iPhone 10. It came in the mail.
Yep.
As the older gentleman did. So, what do you think?
Have you tried to smash it on the ground real hard yet?
No.
Try it on the counter.
No, I don't want to because who was it? I think Square Trade or someone.
I keep seeing that from everybody because they've made this phone. The whole thing's glass now, the back and the front, and so people are saying that like this is the most crackable iPhone. Not like as in I can jailbreak it, but as in I can break the screen.
Sure, they probably wanted to break, so you buy a new one.
Square Trade says iPhone 10 is most breakable iPhone ever as glass shatters in series of drop tests. That was posted this morning.
Oh, come on.
I can't wait to you sneeze.
Paranoid about breaking this thing.
Can I see it?
Yeah, it's beautiful. You want me to bring it in?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I ain't gonna break it.
See with your hands, not with your eyes. What?
How much do you want me to break it?
Please.
I'd pay him for it.
$1,000.
I can hear you. We have a monitor in here.
Earmuffs, Travis. Please
cool.
break it.
Too bad you don't have a monitor.
Guess his mom left him.
I feel bad about those jokes. I'm not gonna do them anymore.
No?
No.
Maybe? A little bit. Yeah, it appears... I asked Rob this morning, Handsome Rob, what's the big difference with the iPhone X? And he told me all
what do you do with this joker? How do you work this?
Well, you don't have my face. You can't open it.
Oh, thank God.
Known...
Put it in my asshole. Watch it pop open.
You saying
is that wait?
Travis is a shit face?
There's no. There's no.
Well, that's the tagline of the iPhone 10. It's same shit, no button.
Is that it?
Same shit, no button. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, it's up, Tefty. So wait, you have to show your face. Let me see how that works. Just pick it up like that. Let me see.
I'm gonna have to come over to you so that you can see how.
Give me some. Yeah,
show Jim how that little
come
joker
here, baby.
works.
Show me that little joker. Pop that joker open.
So you look at it, and now it's open. And now you swipe up.
Wow, you look at it, and that's all you gotta do, even when it's off.
Next full screen.
I'm surprised the screen doesn't crack when you look at it. Oh,
shit, man!
You heard what I said?
I've never wanted anything to break so badly in my life.
I heard you. Why? No, I don't want it to break. Look, it's beautiful.
Oh, I hope
it is a nice phone, but
so is this though.
Do you put one of these on? Dude, this stupid case I have, I've dropped this thing from fucking 9 floors and it bounces. It's fine.
You have a case.
Oh, you do? That's in a case?
Yeah.
Clear acrylic?
No, it's like bulletproof glass.
Is it gonna break?
Does it work? Does it work in the dark? Like if it say it's too.
Yeah, it does. I was really surprised. Like I was lying in bed and like you just look at it and it works.
What were you wearing?
Nothing. I was a nude.
Hi, little brassiere.
Yeah.
Little twinket.
I was having iPhone sex.
Isn't that incredible though? The fucking facial recognition.
It's amazing. Yeah. And like you want to make fun of animojis and everything.
Yes.
But it really does show off the facial recognition of the camera.
How long?
It picks up your gestures and everything.
How long until? We've talked about this before.
Chip's gonna love animojis.
Of course he is.
When Philip Seymour Hoffman died, they had to kind of make things from his things he'd already done to finish up the film.
Same thing to do with the we were talking about Tony Soprano's mom earlier today.
Olivia. Mm-hmm. How long until an actor goes to do a movie and for insurance purposes, they have you say a series of things or take a series of videos. They'll figure out what it is. It's almost like, something brown fox, which you say all the letters in. The cow jumped over the brown fox, whatever the fuck it is.
How now, brown cow?
How now, brown cow?
How now, brown cow?
There's something with a fox jumped over the cow or something.
Scotch. I love Scotch.
Fox jumped over the cow?
Whatever the fuck it is.
What are you talking about?
Hell of a fox.
There's something that gets all the letters of the alphabet in it.
Yeah, that's the alphabet.
There will be a way that they can do it where they can get every single sound out of you, like every single sound they will need, and they'll have you do it. And it'll be a couple of day process. They'll computerize it, and they can make a movie without you.
Yeah, they did that in Forrest Gump with the president.
Did JFK?
Yeah.
They'll be doing that.
That was the scene.
Ted believes that he has to pee. I believe he said I killed the president.
Yeah, that was when you drank about 15 Dr. Peppers.
That's right. Here, send yourself an emoji.
Wait, that really is
Wait,
the
how do I
only
do an
thing that
emoji?
phone's got going for it.
Wait, what do I do?
So,
Peckers!
hit record first.
This is terrible. That's the only thing
Because if you send it to yourself, what you're going to do...
Hold on a second, you piece of fucking garbage. Oh my god, I'm a talking turd.
It's the only one people are using.
Fuck yeah!
Do you love that?
You want me to send it to you so Chip can post that?
Yes, I do.
Do you want to do it again?
No.
So we're not talking behind you?
I don't care.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, wait, should Chip just do it?
We just did
Okay,
I mean,
yeah,
he could choose what he wants to be.
That turd is fine.
He doesn't want to be an alien?
No, the turd is fine. Oh,
I saw.
Oh no! I have to get one of these. Can I do that on my phone?
Oh my god, he wants one. You want one?
Wait.
He wants animojis. What the?
Oh shit! Hey, what I tell you about the giant straw?
That's no.
Nico, you fucked me.
Jim wants the phone for animojis.
Yeah, he does.
Hold on. Okay.
Oh my god.
Try to guess which one he's doing now.
Okay.
Hold on. So I just hit the button
Yeah,
record.
just hit record, yeah.
Hey, be careful! Don't make fucking bacon out of me. Hey, where's Kermit the Frog and shiznit? I'm a fucking piggy. Hey, my fucking.
I think it's going to be like 10 seconds.
I hate how he says fuggin'. Are you gonna send?
Could
that
you send
to
me
him?
those? Send me. Let me do one with the duty.
Oh my god, you really like them. You actually like animojis.
Do I like emojis? Okay, look. Do I just hit this?
Mm-mm.
Hey, look at me, I'm fucking Sam Roberts. Just a big pile of fucking turds and shiznit. Hey, what's up? I'm a pile of fucking duty. I like wrestling and shiznit. Hey, look at me, I'm fucking Sam Roberts. Just a big pile of fucking turds and shiznit. Hey, what's up? I'm a pile of fucking duty. I like wrestling and Oh my god, I want them so badly.
You do.
Please send me those.
Are you gonna get an iPhone
already?
Wait, can I do it on my phone?
No, you gotta get an iPhone 10.
Yeah, no, it's only on iPhone 10.
Because you need the facial recognition that's built in.
Can you use the facial recognition with pictures?
I'm guessing. No.
Would it, like
can you
will
a picture of yourself and would it unlock?
No.
Oh, because it needs to like kind of
Probably the 3D thing.
Camera's way better. What do you got there?
I got
It's a hard on.
bro.
He's looking at Sam's trousers.
Bro, I got a better phone than the iPhone 10. Don't. What are you doing? I got a better phone than the iPhone 10. I got the red iPhone.
Oh shit!
Okay,
What's that? Tom Shalhoub talks on it.
Why would you do that? It's so bad.
Yeah.
Whoever told you that you could work with men?
That makes. I love the emojis. Chip is gonna go fucking
so much fun.
Do
crazy
you
with
think you're
them.
gonna get an iPhone 10?
Yep.
So you can get the animojis?
It ain't me. It's a write-off.
Oh
It ain't for me.
God.
It's for fucking Chipper. It's for fucking Chipper.
So is there like because I thought there might be a problem when the Apple event came out announcing this new phone, and they spent probably 70% of the talk about the new features of the phone doing animojis. They're like, look, and you can be a pig, and you can be a milkshake, and you can be you can even be the poop
are you
emoji.
doing?
I'm trying to make something work. Hang on.
What are you trying to make work?
What are you doing?
He's flailing his penis. I'm 49.
Rob, is
Same joke.
Is there anything to this phone besides animojis?
Rob, comment.
No, not really. Bigger screen.
It's not a bigger screen.
no
It's the same
button?
size screen as the Plus.
Screen's amazing.
The screen's awesome.
It's the same size screen as the Plus, right?
Yeah.
So what's the difference?
It's full.
Yeah, it's full. No button. No.
Wait,
no
Travis, I got a
black
bunch of
on
these.
the, you know.
Yeah, you made a bunch of them.
But how do I?
White.
You sent me a text with all of them.
red.
No, I didn't.
Wait,
They're all separate texts, buddy.
I save video.
Yeah.
Hold on now. Let me see here.
Oh, you want to go to the phones for a second? Chuck in Boston has a great suggestion.
Okay.
Let's go to Chuck.
Why, Chuck?
Yeah,
why?
what's up, Chuck?
Look, can you and Travis lure Chip over near the window and throw fucking future Jimmy out of it?
Why? I'm usually right.
Nobody likes your future
I don't
predictions.
care because I'm. But how many times now people come back going, you know what? He's not wrong. I can't hear you.
I don't know. All right, go back.
All right, thank you.
Look how nice it is with just the full screen.
But I'm not that crazy. Future Jimmy is usually right. I'll kill everybody.
I don't think that's.
All right, sorry.
No.
Hold on.
This makes no difference to me.
Yeah, it
No.
does.
I mean, I see that it is a different thing, but I'm not looking at it going like, oh, this is better than the one that I have.
That's so much better. What do you got there? Home button?
Yeah, there's a home button on mine. It's got the fingerprint thing on it. Oh.
No.
Yeah, no, I don't see.
It's great. I love it so far.
This is Twitter. I'm gonna. Now, do you use the official Twitter app now because the other one's not optimized for?
Yeah,
this
but I
screen?
also have I'll keep the Jim and Sam Show account logged in on.
Ooh la la!
On the official Twitter.
It's the same size.
Yeah, but I just have all screen.
Yeah,
I'm not impressed.
I like not having all screen. To be honest, I like a little room around the old screen.
He dropped it. Oh my God.
It's okay.
Oh. I don't think that camera was rolling. Oh, fuck.
Wait, is the camera not rolling?
I don't think that camera's rolling.
But is this one rolling?
That one's rolling, but I don't think it's. I don't think it's a wide enough
God
shot.
damn it!
Oh, did he flail like an idiot?
Is that please?
There's no way, right? Fuck. Oh.
He dropped his
iPhone.
No, it's okay.
This idiot.
Let me see. Is it? Travis is all red.
He is. He was really worried
funny.
about it.
No.
He was like, "No, it's such poetic justice." You were worried, huh?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I got it 3 days ago.
Oh, how great would it have been if it had bounced off the little foot thing on the chair?
Dude, if that thing
cracked.
That's all it takes.
Everybody's saying that it cracks at nothing.
But I mean, like just the littlest thing. Like my wife.
Can we get that audio? Sorry.
My wife. Like she dropped a spoon on the iPad and it just shattered one day. And you could drop
Who
it.
breaks a spoon? Go on now.
I don't want to anymore.
That's so stupid.
But you'll drop your phone 1,000 times and nothing will happen, and then a spoon will fall from 6 inches and it'll crack the entire screen.
Next time the iPad's out, don't have your wife play knifey spoony.
I see you've played knifey spoony before.
We'll have her stop doing the little airplane game with you with the spoon.
Yeah,
That's how I like to be
exactly.
fed.
I know, but it's just awkward to have cum on there.
Oh my God.
That's why mother left.
Tumble test. They put it on a tumble test, and it is just cracked to shit.
Would you
Apple claims that it's the most durable iPhone ever, but it is not.
Yeah.
I was absolute. Oof. They dropped it on the floor.
I got to be honest. The fucking new
and the
emoji thing is
screen's
a
all
hit.
broke.
That's great.
Is there anything besides the fact that it's full screen and emojis? Is that the whole phone?
Face ID.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, Face ID is great.
But what
It doesn't
happens
know-
is that
I don't want to look at the fucking phone.
they're introducing a brand new, amazing technology, and that's the big selling point. The one after this will probably have really good new stuff.
Like what?
This is I don't know what they can put on, but this is the amazing new. Oh my God, the face!
Yeah,
not
you're gonna
that
have to
amazing.
like it because I guarantee you, within a year or two, none of their phones are gonna have home buttons on them.
He's playing with his emojis.
ID is so
again.
Dude, I love it.
Huh?
Face ID is so much easier. I just look at my phone and I can log in. Look, I want to log into PayPal. And just do this. Look.
Yeah, but here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna pick up my phone. What's your
It worked.
What's your password?
You can't. Yeah,
Come here.
I'm gonna pick up my phone to read a text preview, and it's gonna be like text preview's gone. Now your phone's open, and I'm gonna go what?
No, that's not how it works.
What?
Text me. I'll show you how it works.
Can I text you?
Yeah.
Yes, Jim, sex Travis. Jim, send Travis a very sexual text to test this out.
It defaults to private, and then if you look at your phone, the text will open up and it'll show you what it says.
I don't need all that.
Why?
I'm afraid.
Of what?
Change.
Yeah.
Change.
Jim sexted me.
I want you to read it. Don't touch that phone.
I'm going to come over and show you how it works.
Okay. Can we read it together? Okay. Let's see. Okay, he's picking up his phone. Jim, no, he's saying no. You can't read that shit, Sam.
No, I have to. Hang on. I have to. I already looked at your face. See?
Oh no.
Okay. The text said goodbye with an exclamation point, and it was signed Mother. 5 minutes ago, you said you weren't going to make those jokes anymore.
I wasn't. I was being serious.
That wasn't a joke.
That's tragedy.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Sometimes we just have to find some humor in the tragedy. I understand.
Oh wait, where's the pig?
But that's it, huh? Just being like, hey, buy this phone because there's.
Yeah, but it's all. The screen's. It's an OLED screen. It's.
What type of screen is this?
It's LCD.
Not as good, huh?
Huh.
I like the sound system. LCD sound
Is it good?
system.
Is it not good?
What?
What's not good?
Yeah,
I made a joke.
These
about
old
a band.
phones you guys are.
This is the red phone. I got the red phone. Okay, this is hack proof.
You got Touch ID on that?
Yeah, I got Touch
That's
ID.
for suckers. You might as well have green bubbles.
Oh, speaking of Touch ID, I was this Apple company, they are really looking to just fist people.
Yeah,
I got a new computer over the weekend.
Ooh,
That's
how
right.
much?
I'm not. That's none of your business.
How much?
That's totally
2,000.
impolite.
How much?
I bought a.
What'd you make?
A new. I bought a new computer for the studio at home, and I had to buy.
Damn, cuz.
I had to buy all these adapters because all the new laptops only have Thunderbolt 3 ports on them. That's it. They literally.
Oh, the adapter. Yeah.
They took the laptops that they made.
Word them up. They did.
And they said, here's the new generation of laptops. All of the stuff, every port that was on the side of this thing, we're going to delete all of them. So USB, SD cards, Thunderbolt 2, Ethernet, whatever was on the side of your computer, all of them are gone. Every single one. And they're just like, instead we're putting 4 Thunderbolt 3 ports. So I had to get all these adapters and everything.
It's a little annoying. They kind of do that for.
Who sells those?
Oh, yeah.
Apple sells them.
That's convenient.
And some of the software, like I have a ton of stuff plugged into this computer, and originally it was all plugged into one dock, and now I have to take one device out to plug it into the computer because the adapter can't handle all the power of everything plugged into the dock. It's just a total nuisance. But what really pissed me off, and when I realized that Apple is just in the adapter business, is I look at this iPhone X. These laptops that are like this have been out for what, like 6 months or so?
Yeah.
Apple comes out with this iPhone X. It gets released today, or this weekend, whatever, last weekend. Friday. The cable that comes with it is a USB cable. You can't plug your iPhone into the company's computers
without an adapter. They are scumbags.
They couldn't just, and I get you keep the USB cable in there so you can plug it into the wall.
Sure,
fine. I don't have a problem with it, even though they may, but whatever.
And they don't give you a USB.
No, it's you got to buy.
So you have
USB
to buy an adapter to plug your phone in.
Yeah,
they really are pieces. Tim Cook's a piece of shit.
All you have to do is in the iPhone box put one extra cable, just a simple USB-C to USB-C, whatever they want to call it, Lightning.
Isn't that great?
Whatever they want to call it.
Thanks for spending $2,000 on this computer. By the way, you also need this $10 adapter.
And by the way, it's $20 for the USB adapter, and to get a Thunderbolt 2 adapter, because they convinced us that Thunderbolt 2 was the way to go the last time, 2 years ago when they put out laptops, that's $49.
Is that the Apple thing right there?
That's not an Apple device. That's a third-party device.
But something like that they want you to do. But again, $49. If they sell 1 million of them, they're just scumbags.
But now you've got like this and this thing. They're like, well, the reason we did that is because now we have the thinnest laptop of all time, and it's really sleek. And you're like,
that's great,
but I have two choices: either put a giant thing on the side of my laptop,
ew,
not like a dick.
No, why would he put that on his laptop? It's busy resting on his cheek.
It looks like it looks like a laptop tumor. Put a giant thing next to it, just attach it to, or get a whole bunch of adapters hanging out of this thing.
I don't know which one I'd choose.
Which one would you choose?
Put the old plug in.
Yeah.
They do this weird shit. Like, this is a problem I've been having. I'm trying to take old hard drive stuff and transfer it onto a smaller one. And they're formatted differently, and I'm getting hundreds of error messages.
FAT32?
Dude, that's the problem. If I'm putting stuff from FAT32 onto Mac Journaled, do I have to...
Oh, you can't do Mac Journaled.
Do I have to partition the hard drive and make part of it FAT32 to put the old FAT32 stuff on?
Hey.
FAT38.
Is that how old he is? Yeah, I don't know. I think XFAT is the one that works.
Not hey.
Yeah, XFAT is definitely the one that works. FAT30.
What's XFAT?
FAT doesn't work, but XFAT I think is the one that works across platforms.
Oh, is it? Okay.
I think if you format, but you have to. I mean, if you're going to format your hard drives, you got to do it when you first get them because you can't.
Yeah, you can partition. You
can partition.
You can partition it, but I don't want to record over.
Yeah, if you partition part of the hard drive to be XFAT, and then I bet he wish he could do that, and then you
the knees down.
You thick ankles. Where's those plaid shorts?
Okay.
That's cruel. You shouldn't say that.
So, but there's a way to do. Could that be the problem? That's going from like
theoretically, maybe you'd be able to drag your data if you partition the hard drive into the exFAT partition.
Okay.
And then drag it into a new hard drive that way.
Or you can just start over and get rid of all that stuff.
Get rid of everything. Yeah.
No, I'm just everything, dude. I have an old Mac, one of those giant fucking towers.
The other thing is
I don't need it anymore.
With one of the formats, you can only move like 4 gig files or something like that.
That's exactly it. That's Mac. That's FAT32.
Yeah, no, you gotta go exFAT.
But once it's if it's FAT32 and I'm going to something else, how the fuck do I transfer the whole thing? Because I transferred the entire thing before from one to a smaller one.
Right.
It's already been transferred once, but I didn't realize that transfer on this tiny one would be a problem.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. But I will tell you, that iPhone 10 is a scam.
I think the face stuff, the emojis are worth it. Let's go.
The Animojis are worth it. I can't believe they're selling you on those Animojis.
Yes, they are.
I would never use. By the way, do you have the Animojis that you and Rob sent back and forth over the weekend? Mm-hmm. Could you play the one? The one that you sent to Rob?
The one that I sent to Rob?
Yeah, the one that says I'm a dickhead, and the other one that goes me too.
Why do you want me to play that one,
please?
Rob played it for me, and I was like, "That's not one that should just be for me." I thought that the audience should know the type of text that you and Rob.
Well, do you want me to play Rob's first?
Okay, play Rob's first.
Yeah, let's hear all of them.
And tell me what type. Let's all guess what Animoji it is.
Okay.
And I've seen it, so I can't guess.
I'll tell you what I don't like.
Mother's Day. Sorry.
No, you're not. And I knew as I'm saying, I'm going to pause too long. I'm going to pause too long.
That's awesome.
They're like Instagram videos. Like they're continuously going. No, of course not.
They loop.
Yeah, like they don't start when I want it to start. You know,
you can't change that in preferences.
Oh.
Yeah, preferences how you put what you prefer.
I'm the Travis dog. A woofa woofa woofa.
Okay,
that's what Rob sent.
I'm gonna guess. Shitloaf, you're the only one because Travis accidentally showed everybody just now what it was. So you didn't see it, right? So what do you think? What type of Animoji was it?
If I had to guess, I'm going to say dog.
Okay.
Right.
Was it a dog?
It was a dog.
Okay, he got it right. Okay,
Kid's a good guesser.
Now,
yeah, because I'm the Travis dog,
right?
Oof, oof,
and there was a dog emoji.
Precisely. Okay, I want to see if Shitloaf, you guessed the first one. All right, so let's see if you can guess this second one. Okay.
So I was trying to go with the theme.
Right, this is the one that you sent, so it's probably you sending like, hey, I'm Rob, or I don't know what it is.
I mean, there wasn't a Rob emoji, so I had to improvise.
Okay.
Hello, my name's Shitloaf, and I can't do anything right.
A pile of shit.
No.
Oh, wait, I had to guess.
Yeah, I wanted to.
Oh, so I didn't see it. Sorry.
Okay, so what's your guess?
I'm going to go to pile of shit.
Travis?
That's what it was.
All right.
You guys texted about how Shitloaf doesn't do anything right?
Yeah, you heard it.
Yeah.
How many possible Animojis are there? Ugly.
Yeah, that handsome guy who works at Apple, the Italian guy, he really loved these Animojis at that press conference.
Craig Federici?
Federici.
There's probably a back order for these phones, though.
Yeah.
I won't get this version. I'll get the next version.
There's
what do you mean, in a year?
Monkey. It's kind of fun we like to have around here.
Yeah, what's
Robot.
How do you feel, Shitloaf, about the fact that Travis is sending text to Rob being like, hey, I'm Shitloaf, I don't do anything?
That was kind of funny. So I appreciate it. I actually appreciate it.
Okay, cool.
I was thinking about Anthony on the weekend.
Yeah, that's fine. I love it.
What time do you get in on the week during the week usually?
Me?
Yeah.
In here?
Yeah.
6:30.
That's true. I see him at 6:30.
Cool. Just
Robot, cat, dog, alien, fox, Shitloaf.
I would be a fox and I'd be like, oh, that guy from The Office can't catch me. You ever see that movie?
Panda,
Foxcatcher,
bunny,
Steve Carell,
chicken, and unicorn.
Chicken.
Chip could have a lot of fun with all of these.
I hope that Sam doesn't eat me. I'm a chicken.
Scroll like that, and they.
I can't see you behind the camera.
Why would you ever send these? Why would you ever send these to anyone?
How do you scroll? Travis, how do you scroll? Hey, I don't want to go through your photos. God forbid. See Travis with his prick in a plum.
Oh yeah.
Scroll on the left.
Oh, left. Thanks.
Have you ever?
Scroll.
Did you send them to anybody other than just to be like, hey, here's a novelty. I have an iPhone 10.
No.
I don't see them having
I'm not
any
sending
use.
messages as an animal.
No. I don't even like voice texts.
No, neither do I. No, my wife voice texts, and I can't stand it. I just type.
Right, I'm not playing.
Plus, it's like wrong half the time. Like half the time, she'll have to respond saying like, "I meant this." Stupid voice text.
I don't like voice text. I don't like audio text. I don't like anything you have to talk into the phone except if it's a phone call.
Hey, don't touch my pecker! Don't touch my fucking pecker! Don't touch my pecker! Can you send me that?
You can just hit send. You know how to.
Okay, I won't do it anymore. I apologize. Listeners are hating this.
Well, yeah.
Sorry,
Chicken,
guys.
why would it?
It's a cock.
Is Chip gonna post these?
Yep, he's already posted too. Oh, it's just mindless and silly. People on Twitter are going after the publicists. You know, they weren't that bad. We're not trying to get the publicists fucking. We're not saying that they were horrible, but they, it's like you just got to lighten up a little bit and relax and trust that we're going to get to where we got to go. That's all.
Yeah.
We don't want to attack them.
There they are. They're on.
We've had bad publicists in here. I'm not saying that they were that, but it's just like relax. You can't be in there fucking giving our producer a hard time. It's like we're going to get to it.
Let's.
Hey, look at me, I'm fucking Sam Roberts. Just a big pile of fucking turds and shiznit. Hey, what's up? I'm a pile of fucking duty. I like wrestling and
Yeah, I mean, it's cool that the eyes move like a person's eyes move. But
sorry.
You playing it back for yourself?
No, I just saved it and it opens.
Oh, I see. Was anybody else having issues? I couldn't type a goddamn capital I on my iPhone to save my life over the weekend.
Why not?
Did you see like it was turning into like
I still can't.
Exclamation A with a square in the box?
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw that.
Well, that's probably a problem with the update then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw it on like Mac Rumors or something.
I think it was like a glitch in the update.
Ew, you go to Mac Rumors?
I follow him on Twitter.
I go to the website.
Oh, that's a great website.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I ain't lying. Yeah. Yeah, I would say the whole thing. But I think that you only see it if you also have the glitch. So like the only way that it comes up, because it wasn't coming up like on my Twitter, on my look at you just daintily turning the sound off on that
I
thing.
didn't know I turned it on.
You're just being so delicate and
You
precious
really are
about
gentle, Travis.
$1,000 phone.
We got a minute?
Oh yeah, you got a minute.
All right, thank you. Town hall this Saturday.
Total waste of money, by the way, the iPhone 10. Total waste of money.
Total waste of money.
No, you're going to want one.
Chip
I don't think
Chipperson
I
podcast is now up, the brand new one, and I didn't realize we only had a minute left.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I know. We're just talking and laughing, having fun.
We only have a minute left. I better wrap this up in 10 seconds.
Thank you to Chad Smith. How is that camera not on? Travis just walked away with his headphones on and went off and got pulled back.
What a clumsy fool Travis
If
is.
your fucking head got ripped off, you know how happy I'd be?
What would make you happier? It's probably the only thing that would make me happier than Travis accidentally breaking his phone is accidentally beheading himself on the headphones.
Oh my God, did it get that one either? Travis, you've had two terrible blunders in that area. That's a bad area for you, a great area for us.
Yeah, you'll be staying there.
Dude, he had his headphones on, he walked away, went, and got pulled back.
This is why Travis wants to stay in that little room. When there's too much space, he just makes a fool of himself.
Yeah, you can just play around.
Yeah, you're a good veal. You're a bad bull, a good veal.
There you go.
All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow.